Hello.
Hey.
How are we all doing, y'all?
Everybody good? Oh, I'm still chewing my gum.
You are. Ooh.
All live stream, you're just going to hear chomp, chomp, chomp.
Ugh. I assume we're going to get rid of that before we start recording?
Yeah, I'll swallow it.
Oh, do you swallow your gum?
I've never spit out my gum in my life.
Oh, I feel like I knew that.
Remember that?
That's interesting.
I don't know how people spit out gum.
You just spit it out. It's not hard.
I think it's crazy.
Why is it crazy?
Isn't it not satisfying to like chew something and chew it and chew it and chew it and then just spit it out? Like, to me, the satisfying part about chewing something is swallowing it.
But it's gum. It's not like regular food.
Yeah, but like if you spent your entire life just swallowing gum, like it's not weird to swallow gum.
I mean, I didn't say it was weird, but I just am not saying I do it. You know, that's not my journey. No, I'm all set.
Come on, give it a whirl. Come on, guys. Come on.
And I feel like when we were little, there was a lot of like discussion about like, oh, if you swallow gum, it'll
not
stay in there
true.
forever.
It's not true. It's
You're
not
gonna
true.
die.
It's not true.
Covered in gum.
Trust me, I see it.
I see it, Lord. McKenna's here. Ibrahim, Tyler, Declan. Hi, all. Vinny, our newest patron.
Hey,
Vinny.
We saw you join.
We saw you join Patreon. And if you want to be cool like Vinny, go to patreon.com/2gaymats. We have a lot of bonus content that we filmed last Thursday that's coming up this week.
I know, all you Tori Kelly fans out there, we may have reacted to a certain song of hers that came out.
Yes,
2 days
absolutely.
Ago? 3 days ago?
Yes, this was the first one. Yes,
couple days ago.
Yes, we were having gum discourse. We can get back to it.
Yeah, you want to keep talking about it? It's winter green.
Wintergreen. Yeah, is that what's happening? I'm a spitter too, Matt. I feel like it's probably more common to spit out the gum.
Yes. I realize I'm in the minority here.
Absolutely.
I'm 2 seconds late and Steele is trying to convince us to swallow them. Yeah.
I mean, we like to start off with a bang here at 2 Gay Mats. You know,
yeah.
we want people to really get, into it. And I feel like chewing gum discourse is the best way to do just that.
We are up front with the headline.
Absolutely.
Right,
Vinny loves being the Patreon poster boy. Well, you're doing it, and you're doing it well.
you're doing it great, Vinny.
Remember, that was a JLo song too, wasn't it? Do it, do it, do it, do it. You're doing it well.
I don't know.
I know way too many JLo songs for a Mariah Carey super fan.
Yeah.
I know a lot.
We know where your loyalties lie.
Hey, you know what? A JLo song that I love that was never a single, but it should have been. It's a song called Cherry Pie. It's like cherry pie, you can't deny it. Driving fast, you ought to try it. It's like Prince-esque, and I'm like, JLo.
Okay.
Work.
Well. We should give it a whirl. Maybe we'll react to it on Patreon.
We won't. But you never know. The chewing discourse already. I'm so glad Tori is okay. So am I. Gum isn't satisfying to swallow, though, McKenna says.
It's very satisfying to swallow. Yeah.
Oh, well, he disagrees. Yes, JLo stan. All right, Jeff, we're not going crazy. I feel like there is an unfair pressure put on me to hate JLo because of my allegiance to Mariah. I don't hate the girl.
No.
I think they should not be in the same sentence.
You just don't know her.
I don't know her. I know her music. I just don't think they do different things.
But does she seem cool? Does she seem cool? Does she seem cool? Does she seem cool, Matt Palmer?
She seems fine. She has had some songs that I've enjoyed.
No, you have to be like, I don't know her.
I know, but I don't want to take on Mariah's feuds, is all I'm saying.
Okay.
I
fair.
just like people for my own reasons.
Let Mariah have her own feuds.
Absolutely.
You don't need to put that pressure. She's not putting that pressure on you.
She's not.
She's not saying, hey, people, we got to feud with
Absolutely.
her. She's just feuding with her privately.
And I'm just so focused on hating like a Nick Cannon or a Tommy Mottola, people who have really wronged Mariah,
Carey,
that I can't take the time hating JLo. Whose voice did she use for that song? That's pretty funny.
What song?
Because JLo is famous for, like, on Play, you hear a lot of Christina Milian on the background vocal, and on I'm Real Remix, you hear a lot of Ashanti on the background vocal. So she kind of famously, has other artists singing. Like the person who sang the demo, you're hearing a lot of her on the song.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's what happens. Grace, Beyonce is still making them wait. LOL. Grace is never happier than when we're waiting for Beyonce. It makes her so happy, the fact that these visuals are still not out. And I don't know why it brings you so much joy.
We are suffering. It's been 366
That's the thing.
days
One
of
day.
suffering.
Imagine being at the Renaissance World Tour instead of the 2GM live stream. I would never tell him, Michael Smith. Hey, I will say this is a much cheaper show.
It is, yeah.
You know?
We got gum discourse here. Is
Absolutely.
Beyonce talking about gum?
I bet
on
she's
her,
not.
World tour? No.
I bet she's not.
I'm Puerto Rican and JLo criticism was strictly prohibited in my house.
Ooh!
Whoa.
I didn't realize. I mean, I know people love JLo, but she's very popular, obviously.
Gonna use AI to see what JLo would sound like singing.
You hear her on the verses. Y'all are mean. Y'all are mean. And Jeff, you're being awfully quiet, the resident JLo stan. Beyonce will crumble for not delivering those visuals in a timely manner. I mean, I she told us at the tour, queens take the time they take. We cannot rush her. And I took the note. I'm not going to assume at any point they're coming, but I'm going to hope for the best.
Sure.
Right?
Sure. Yeah.
Because I feel like now we're just getting rumors of Act 2. And I'm like, well, what about the visuals for Act 1?
How long was it in between, what's it called? The Gift and Black is King?
It was a year.
Was it like a year exactly?
I don't know if it was exactly, but it was about a year.
Like what? Because I know Black is King came out in June. Was The Gift also June?
I will have to look it up.
I'm
I think
gonna look it up right now, y'all.
No, I'm sorry. I don't want you suffering. It just makes me laugh when people have these crazy theories about when the visuals come out and then move on to a new theory when it doesn't happen. Okay, that I hear you about. I've fallen for my last theory until Beyonce tells us they are coming. I will not assume they are.
The Gift came out July 19th, 2019.
Oh, so it was less than a year. Yeah. If it was, okay. All right, that's fine. That's fine. We're not. It's okay.
Just means the visuals are going to be extra good.
Declan says maybe the anniversary of the "I'm That Girl" teaser. I don't even know. I feel like the visuals are coming because she keeps mentioning them more. I mean, is responding to a fan saying "Where are the visuals?" and saying "You're the visuals, baby" really her mentioning them? I don't know.
It sounds like deflecting to me.
I mean, Declan, I love your theory. I hope it happens. I can't engage with it because I can't have my heart broken so many times. It's like me with the Grammys. Like, at some point, I've got to stop breaking my own heart.
And everyone knows the best way to deal with things is to stop talking about it. Pretend like it doesn't exist.
I don't know if that's always true, but here, yes.
I'm saying that your way of coping with no visuals is unhealthy. And
I think it's the right way to deal with that for the visuals. But you do know I've always been one to, if I get too upset, you know where I'm going?
Oh, to bed.
Straight to bed, baby.
Phone is off. Computer is shut.
And it's like, you know
what?
It
is bedtime. The eyes are closing.
I'll talk to you tomorrow, everybody.
And I just remember being like, Matt Palmer, I don't know if that's healthy.
But I do wake up feeling better. Yeah. There's a whole Happy Endings episode about sleeping on it. Jane sleeps on it when she's, impulsive and reactive. And once she sleeps on it, she's cool as a cucumber.
See, my way of dealing with things is like, I don't go to bed. I stay up and I pace around my bedroom and I talk act out scenarios to myself.
Right.
And I'm like, what if this happens? What if this happens?
I feel like there's a happy medium between our two versions of this that's super healthy. Neither of us is quite there.
I think about everything wrong. I think about a lot. I am a thinker.
I'm a thinker, but I'm also a disengager.
I'm like, I'm an engage. If you know me, if there's a problem, I engage.
That's true. I get it. I understand.
I have no pride when it comes to any of that. I am an engager.
Oh, Tyler says Black is King came out in August 2020. Okay, that's cool.
Did it? Why do I think June?
I don't know. It's just a couple months off.
Whatever.
By the way, one of my Brazilian faves, Isa, just announced her second album, and I am excited. Congratulations. We love. And Dylan says we are the visuals, guys. It's fine.
I'm probably thinking of. Because I think Hamilton maybe came out in June.
Oh, okay.
Disney Plus.
Oh, and so Disney Plus had a lot.
And Disney Plus released.
Totally.
Okay.
Oh, yes, Happy Endings plug. You know how I feel about Happy Endings. I just switched to, because I had rewatched Happy Endings so many times that I was like, okay, I need a different show that when I'm in bed and Jackson's not there for whatever reason, that I can fall asleep to, because I love falling asleep to TV when it's not bothering, someone in the bed with me. And I've watched Happy Endings so many times. So now I'm rewatching 30 Rock as I fall asleep.
I also feel like that's a very unhealthy way to fall asleep by watching things.
Okay, I don't like that we're just here judging my
It's fine. Everyone does unhealthy things here. I swallow my gum. You.
I head to bed in my own way. Because if I don't watch something, then my mind could race. We can't have that.
Okay, fair.
We don't want my mind to race. I got to get to bed. Yes, Happy Endings does deserve the justice. Monicia says, LOL, the most Torres response ever. Well, that's me. When will we get more merch? I would love to do some soon. I've been so focused on getting the new Patreon launched. And so now that it has been launched, there will be more time for other things. And I think it would be fun to have just a merch idea, like little phrases we say often, like on a shirt.
Someone suggested we love everyone.
We love everyone. TM absolutely should be on something.
I go to bed about it and then take my dog for a walk about it the next morning. Works super. Oh yeah, walking for me, like if I'm upset about something, I go for a long walk. I walk. Sometimes I walk listening to something. A lot of times I walk in silence.
I love a walk these days because I've kind of added it to my daily routine as well.
I
have.
Yes, you're turning into me.
I did. Well, because I went to the doctor and they said you need to walk, and I was like,
why? What was wrong with you? Were they just like your arteries are hardening or something?
My cholesterol was a little high.
Oh.
But it's like you know my food. I eat so well. I don't eat
bad.
crazy shit. They're like, they're like, well, what's your workout routine? It's like, I go to the gym every day. It's like, do you do cardio? I was like, well. So that's why I've been walking since, about last November was when I got the news. And so now I go on my walks. And so when I have a hard day of work and I go on the walks, I do feel much better afterwards. I'm like, oh,
sure.
This is something.
This is why I am a walker.
I didn't know.
You know me. I only walk to the grocery store. I never drive.
Yeah.
But also I do a lot of walking like on my job as well. So, and I feel like that's like a problem with working from home. It's like, how do you get your walks in?
I mean, you just got to build them into your schedule. It's like when I close that computer, I go straight on my walk. Except these days, I kind of wait until the sun goes down a bit because, the fucking heat.
Days,
the heat.
The Junes, the Julys, the Augusts. And in LA's, the Septembers and Octobers.
I hate that.
Yeah, it's confusing.
How's your air conditioning?
Still broken.
No.
It's fine.
What did Dirk say?
Dirk said, he's like, oh, yeah, he checked it. And he was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to have someone come ASAP. And they will.
Do we have a date?
No. It'll be fine.
I don't accept that.
You know what? Like, my apartment does not get super hot often.
It doesn't.
Not like our old apartment from 2014 to 2015. That place got
was
fucking hot.
A pressure cooker.
But it got hot like at 5 o'clock at night to like 9 o'clock at night.
That place. I mean, there were great things about that place, but the fucking temperature was
rough. You
got
that big old air conditioner.
I did, and it like kind of works. It did a little something, but it was just too fucking hot in that place. Halle Bailey covered Billie Eilish. What was I made for? I heard she did that. I need to give it a listen because you know how I feel about. How is it?
It's great.
I mean, I love her.
What if I was like, it's terrible?
I mean, that'd be shocking. I go for a walk for like 1.5 hours when I feel anxious. Oh wow, 1.5 hours.
I could walk for hours.
I'll give you a good 45, 50 minutes, and then I'm like,
too short.
Back home. Need to be back home. What is with artists and fan rifts this year? I don't know. I love walking. It's super healing. I intentionally walk to and from work when it's like 5 miles away. Podcast / morning walks is the highlight of my day. Oh, I love that. Tyler has a fan to fall asleep to. I can't walk. It's 101 here. I get it. I have to wait till the sun is like halfway down at this point.
Yeah.
Sheena's boycotting Doja. Homegirl needs to chill. And Sheena, I feel like is such a loyal fan. Like I feel like Sheena loves like Ariana and Nicki so loyally. So to lose Sheena as a fan even momentarily is sad.
Sheena's boycotting Doja, and honestly, Doja's boycotting Sheena. Doja's boycotting the fans.
Yeah,
so
she really is.
Fans might as well boycott Doja.
It's true. It's really boiling hot these past few days. And I know it's true, but whenever people are like, I know it's hot right now, but if it makes you feel better, this is going to be the coolest summer for the rest of your life. It's like, why are we discussing it like this?
Don't say that.
Like, I mean, I understand global warming has moved into global boiling or whatever we're calling it, but like, I'd like to have a happy day.
I'd like to have some, like, maybe like, there's hope.
There's hope, yes. I mean, I don't, the thing is, not to be that guy about climate change, I do wonder how much hope. Like, I feel like how much of this is now reversible, but it's okay. We're here together. The ACs are blowing.
Yeah.
And that's great.
I was listening to ABBA and thinking, what is their signature song? I think General Public, Dancing Queen, and Gimme Gimme. No, I think Mamma Mia is their signature song.
Oh, I would have said Dancing Queen.
Really?
Yeah.
I would say Dancing Queen is a very close second.
Yeah.
I feel like Mamma Mia maybe. Maybe it's just because that Mamma Mia was the first single of the 18s.
And Grace says because of the musical being called Mamma Mia.
Sure, yeah.
I think it's between those two. Which, by the way, guys, that video really got some people talking. It's like, guys, this isn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Like, I realize we're passionate and we all have our opinions, but like, I think we all need to like take it down. Maybe everybody needs to go for a walk.
Well, but I like when there's discourse in the chat. And people are discussing and and they're passionate in the same way we're passionate.
I appreciate the passion, but sometimes the passion was a little like.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. Things come across as way more aggressive when they're written than when you hear someone verbalize it.
Right.
Like they were saying things no different from what we were saying.
Right.
And when they were typing, they were probably in their heads just, like speaking in the same
tone
as we were, just being like, "Oh my God, you're crazy! No, fuck you!" But like, not like a real fuck you.
Right.
But when anything is written, it comes across as more aggressive, which is why like online like political discourse is kind of scary because like everything comes across as always aggressive.
But again, political discourse I can see being so passionate that it's aggressive.
Sure, yeah.
Like what's JLo's most famous song? Like doesn't matter. Like so, we love everyone and thank you for watching. And to quote Beyonce, you must be that bitch to cause all this conversation. Hey. So hey, guess we're that bitch. I saw your opinions on Miss Musgraves. You did see them, Jeff, and they ain't changing.
Listen,
I said what I said.
We love Miss Musgraves.
We love
Miss Musgraves.
Absolutely, we do. I like Gimme Gimme, A Man After Midnight. I also
Classic.
love Hung Up, and so that makes me like Gimme Gimme.
Sure.
I also don't think I had heard Gimme Gimme until I had heard Hung Up.
It's really sad.
Oh, I didn't know that was sad. I feel like ABBA, I feel like that's very much white culture that I did not know anything about.
Sure. I mean, I didn't know much about it growing up until like the 18s came around.
Yes.
And even after
love
a
those
while,
18s.
like, even after a while, I didn't really know that the 18s were a cover band until probably like a couple months into like knowing about the 18s. And
by the way, when we do that video of you showing me Disney stars, are you gonna make me watch the 18s?
No.
Okay,
We're done. And I don't think it's gonna be just Disney stars. I think I'm gonna just focus on like the pre-teen pop boom that like some of them were occasionally on the Disney Channel.
Can we listen to "Beautiful Soul" by Jesse McCartney?
No, we're gonna listen to Dream Street.
Oh. Okay.
Beautiful. Why would no? That's not. Beautiful Soul wasn't like a pre-teen.
Yeah,
push,
but like
but Dream Street was.
Right, but then Jesse came back.
Yeah, so we can talk about that and be like, what a great song. Next, because that's not the topic of the video.
Okay, so maybe that'll be this week. Who knows? People who are constant Debbie Downers are my pet peeve. Social media has truly made people such pessimists in real life. Ooh, interesting. I'm trying to think if I know any like eternal pessimists. I don't know. Excited for that teen pop video. Okay, great. Maybe we'll do it this week. That would be very fun. My mom would think that's sacrilegious, LOL, and she's black. About ABBA? Okay, well, maybe that's a blind spot for me personally. I went to an ABBA cover show at the Hollywood Bowl. I was one of very few. That's all I'll say of the black people at that concert. And I also was feeling very sick that day, and I feel like that kind of affected.
Oh, that kind of environment.
Because then you get up and people are like, you gotta do this finger dance. And I'm like, everyone shut the fuck up. I don't feel well. Everyone sit down.
Well, listen, even if I wasn't sick, I would not want to do a finger dance. You know my thoughts on audience participation.
I mean, you're mad about the Kins dancing in Barbie.
Oh, God.
Which we can talk about now, apparently, since we listened to so many more famous podcasts than us this week, and they all were like, we're going to do a Barbie deep dive. I was like, oh, I didn't know that this was allowed. But
yeah, apparently it is.
Hey.
So apparently we can talk about stuff. Can we still do the code names? It's kind of fun.
Yeah, let's do the code names. Why not? Matt Palmer, I forgot to ask, how did you find the Succession finale? I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. It was so well done. I was emotionally invested, heartbroken for all the characters, but then when you think about it being a fucking tragedy from the beginning to the end, it made sense. I couldn't believe how it ended and who was the successor. It was a shock.
Well, I mean, that's a good show.
It was a shock. It's a good show. That's writing.
I understand having political convictions, but when it comes to celebrity gossip / pop culture, it's different.
Right. I wondered, like, are people like bombing Ariana Grande's comments right now? I think just speaking about commenting on social media stuff. I don't know. By the way, now that I'm on the Discord, my mission is to make everyone a wrestling fan. Get ready. I feel like everyone, when joining the Discord, has a different ulterior motive.
Yeah.
And so I love that yours is wrestling because it hasn't come up.
I remember in 5th grade when all the boys like started getting into like wrestling again, like when wrestling had sort of like a renaissance.
Right.
I remember.
Sorry.
I remember my friend Rob, who was like my best friend in 5th grade, loved wrestling, and he had a CD of like all the wrestlers' entrances. And on like a school trip, I listened to it, and I just remember being like, all these songs sound the same. But
Did you tell him that?
No, I was like, this one's my favorite.
Okay, good.
Because it sounded the most cinematic.
That's nice. Because it's like how I would have felt if I let a friend listen to the Heartbreaker single and they said they all sounded the same, and it's like, no, they're different worlds.
They're completely different. This interlude, this Heartbreaker remix is different from this Heartbreaker remix.
At least the dance mix is different from the hip hop mix from the original. There are 3 dance mixes that I will give you are pretty similar, but the hard mix is the best.
All those Heartbreaker remixes that are on Rainbow, I'm always just like, this is a lot. I'm always just like, this is a lot to be on like a regular album.
It is shocking that there are 3 versions of Heartbreaker on a
many reprises.
14-track album, but it's great. But it is great. I'm a huge wrestler. There's a PPV going down right now, and I'm watching you guys instead. Oh, that's so nice. Aww. Is pay-per-view? Is what PPV? 2GM Book Club someday. That's the thing. That's Grace's goal, which, hey, we're reading Britney this year. That counts. Oh, Jeff says, my goal was to incite violence. I mean discussion. Well, you did both, babe. Well, congratulations. Hi, Ty. Welcome. I think that would also be a fun video of me. I know you're not a remixes girl, but when I was reading, there was a Rolling Stone article about the 30-year anniversary of the Dream Lover dance mix that Mariah resung with David Morales. And I was like, I need a video.
We're doing like anniversaries of remixes.
When the remixes are such a sea change, like the fact that Mariah was becoming like a club vocalist in the 90s, it was like a breakthrough. It was like a different layer of her artistry. I can give you a whole monologue, but I won't.
Thank you.
I will when we talk about this on a future video. That is a dream video for me, is just listening to 4 Mariah remixes back to back, because you are not someone who respects remixes enough.
I don't.
And maybe it's time to change a few hearts.
Yeah, maybe.
You don't look like you're open to your heart changing.
I'll listen to it for the people.
You should listen to it for me. I'm the people.
You should want me to listen to it for me.
You like should. I think by the end of it, you will have respect for the art.
All right. Do you think my remix Grinch heart will grow a couple sizes?
I do. Because what Mariah does on those remixes. These can be Patreon exclusive still. No, this is public, babe. Jeff talks shit on those remixes too, and he's wrong. These are public.
For remixes, I only really appreciate acoustic or feature remixes. Feature remixes, I'm always like, ugh,
exactly.
Unless like you're doing something really exciting, like obviously like fantasy, where it's like, oh, we're totally like changing the
world.
Exactly. Of what this song is.
I'm actually with you. I'm not into a feature remix in which the beat doesn't change. Sure, and like there are no new vocals. It's just like, what are we doing?
Can't wait for Steele to listen to the 15-minute
That's the only thing about the video is it's going to take a long time to film. But hey, we filmed that frickin' like, let's go through the 2004 Tony Award, all the nominees
thing. You were such a pal.
That was a long filming session.
Hey, I'm the one that edited that shit.
That's true.
And I was editing for hours and I was like, this is worth it.
And it was like, and I'm sure I was just like, oh.
You're like, that
wow,
was nice.
That was great.
Oh, history.
Oh my gosh. And you were just like, so yes, this will be the opposite of that.
Steele, were you a sharer of gum back in school, or were you like one of the friends who kept it an empty packet just so she could say she ran out? Oh, yeah. Did you think that rich men?
I did. I thought he meant sharing a currently chewed gum.
I had to do that in a play once. In The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, I had to like there's like a scene where I was playing Tom and I had to share my gum with Becky Thatcher, and I had to like actually pass my chewed gum to the girl who played Becky Thatcher, and we passed it back and forth on the show.
Was it gross?
Yeah, it was fine. Like if when you did it once, you were just like, nah, fine.
Oh, it's honestly the idea of the first bite and like tasting someone's saliva. Yeah. It's like,
I can't believe I should reach out to her and be like, remember when we fucking did that? We didn't just like fake it. We actually had gum.
Yeah, why didn't you fake it?
But anyway, no, I never was a person who like brought gum to school. I was never that person who like had to, and I am still not the person who has to bring things wherever I go. Like I've never been one to have gum with me. Or
right.
Like, and you all know my thoughts on people who carry water bottles with them wherever they go. Like I've never felt the need to sort of have any of that. I actually bought this pack of gum on a whim, and I put it in the glove compartment of my car.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I literally only like whip it out on rare occasions.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna make sure our News for Idiots are in the right order.
Okay.
I think it should be fine.
Cuff It Wetter remix is really good. I still have not listened.
I need to listen to it more. I've listened to it, and it's good, but it's like I'm so obsessed with the Cuff It original, and it's very much like a down-tempo, sexy version of Cuff It.
Are you guys going to try and see Kelly in Vegas?
No. We saw her when she was out here, and she did the whole album, so...
She just says, I hate gum. I never chew gum. I'm not like obsessed with gum.
Yeah.
But like...
I like it in theory.
Like I just had a boba, and so I'm kind of like, I wish my breath was like a little fresher at the moment. And I was like, I have that gum that I bought like 4 months ago in my glove compartment.
When you wrote on Instagram that it was the longest all year you had gone without boba, and it was 4 days, was that a bit or was that real?
That was real.
Oh wow, that's a lot of boba.
I know.
You're like half boba.
I am.
Because I feel like you eat apples and like vegetables and boba.
Guys, boba is my one vice. Okay, let me.
We all have one. That. We all have one. I'm not judging.
I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. I don't like eat a lot of fried. I haven't had fried food in like maybe 2 months. I feel great.
Oh, that's good.
I've not had a French fry.
Oh.
And I'm like, and now the thought of like eating a French fry, I'm just like, ugh.
Oh, a French fry. Oh, I love a good French fry.
I mean, I'm sure like my first time eating a French fry,
you'll be in.
I'll be like,
you'll be back.
Fuck me. But yeah. So let me have my boba, okay? Y'all go to Starbucks and get your caramel frappe, blah blah blahs every day.
I don't go every day.
Those are way worse for you than boba.
I don't go every day. I go once, and I get the Mexican mocha from the coffee place across the street, which is not a Starbucks, and it's very good. And to the point where I'm like, how do I fucking make this at home? And I have no idea.
I don't know how anyone drinks those drinks. Like the caramels, just. Ugh.
I mean, mine's not super like sugary stuff,
Especially in the morning. I cannot eat a sweet thing before 1:00 p.m. Like I can't do it.
I mean, I can do that. Give me like a morning cinnamon roll.
No, cinnamon rolls to me are like a nighttime.
I love them at any time of day, especially Annie's, which they're not paying us to say that, but Annie's are amazing. And if you want a cinnamon roll that you can make at home and it's gonna taste fucking great, get Annie's.
Get Annie's.
Justice for Annie's.
Annie, we love Annie.
We love Annie.
The sun will come out tomorrow.
Yes.
Also, Auntie Anne's soft pretzels. This week.
I mean, of course, you and a soft pretzel.
Oh, a soft pretzel I fuck with.
It's like the greatest love of all.
Oh, me and pretzels always.
Is there a pretzel you don't like?
No, I love all pretzels.
Okay.
Sometimes if like I love hard pretzels, but I don't like buttery hard pretzels because they're a little too.
I get that.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I like a nice salty.
Do you like a soft sweet pretzel, like a cinnamon?
I wouldn't go for a cinnamon thing. Any soft pretzel, I want just a regular salt or whatever. Auntie Anne's does have a slight sweetness to it, which I've just gotten used to through my childhood.
Yeah.
So I can do that, but like, I prefer a pretzel to be more salty. Ooh, like a Wawa soft pretzel. Y'all, those of us who grew up around a Wawa, the Wawa soft pretzels are legendary, perfect. When I go home, there's usually just like a stack of Wawa soft pretzels for me waiting like on the counter that my stepdad has brought me.
That's very kind.
Like, they're just the doughiest, best things ever.
Not pretzels. Wait,
is pretzel slander?
On
my chat, on my live stream?
Wow, not everyone paying me dust after reporting major news. Wait, I think I saw it. I think it was Ty got shouted out by Beyonce at the Renaissance World Tour show.
Wait, I missed that.
I believe I saw it. If that's what it was, amazing. And if it wasn't, tell us what it was.
Yeah.
That's very exciting.
How?
Ty, good for you with that shout out. And that's the thing. Now we all feel bad. Grace loves the Annie's cinnamon rolls. They're amazing. Grace, if you haven't done the Annie's biscuits, like the morning biscuits, those are also excellent. I love to make them like on a Friday morning and then just have one, and Jackson will have one, and we'll keep it in our little cake saver for the week, and so we can wake up and have a little.
You have a little cake saver?
Yeah.
That's so you.
I got it for Jackson. It was half for me because I was like, this is so fucking
I was like,
cute.
no, you got that for yourself.
I know, but he's going to make more cakes than I am.
Is Jackson as much of a cake person as you?
Yeah, he likes a cake.
Oh.
And he's much better at making a cake than I am.
That is compatibility.
I know, right?
I need to find a guy who loves soft pretzels and fruit and soup as much as I do.
I love that.
I've dated many a guy who was just like, yeah, I don't like soup. And I'm like, oh.
Then you dump them immediately? Some people don't like soup. Yeah. I don't dislike soup, but I think people... I don't know. I think you and our friend Corey give soup a lot.
Oh, soup
and
is
so
everything.
Between the two of you, I'm like, okay, I'm all souped out. Like, soup is fine.
I have soup as a meal, like minimum, like 4 days a week.
I don't know.
Oh, yes.
Do you have specific cans of soup that you'll go for? Because I feel like some of the soups that I get when I am sick are like very sodium heavy.
Oh, I haven't had a can of soup like from home in a while.
Oh, you just go out?
I go out for the soup.
You go out for the soup.
Different types of soup. Like Wednesday I had pho. Thursday I went to a Korean place and got like a kimchi sundubu bowl. And then Friday I had ramen. And I mean, they're all pretty sodium heavy.
Right.
Steele with his gum is giving early aughts Britney. I just think we should support our president.
Oh my God! You just need an awful wig for that interview.
Why was she wearing a wig for that?
I mean, I think it was an interview that was done right after she premiered Me Against the Music at maybe the NFL kickoff event. It was something NFL related, but that wig was it was a stage wig that was being used in the interview chair.
And it's just like, and there's like the big long pause and just. I just think we should support our president. That was
Britney.
It's iconic.
I mean, it really is.
It's iconic.
But he's allergic to peanuts. It's true. Jackson's allergic to peanuts. So I have not had peanut butter in this house ever. And sometimes I'll sneak in like a peanut butter, like protein bar, but then I'll find out and get.
He probably smells it.
He's like not happy, but I'm like, I'm not gonna like throw it at you. I'm not gonna like rub it all over you. Like it's just for me, a little treat.
It's for me. And then he leaves and you like hide in the corner and like eat it like a little squirrel.
Exactly. I will say the first time he went out of town, once we were like dating for a little bit, I was like, I haven't been able to eat any peanut butter in so long. And so I went to the grocery store and got like a peanut butter Quest of some kind that was kind of like pretty hard. I took like 2 bites into it and like my filling popped out.
Oh no.
And I was like, damn it.
I'm so sorry.
That was a tough moment.
Was it as bad as when I was eating? We were literally like a week away from shooting Devos. And I have the tiniest little because sad story, when I got mugged in the South Bronx in 2008, I got punched and like I got the tiniest little chip in my front tooth.
Yeah.
Like barely noticeable, but still I got that fixed right away.
Of course.
Because it was right in the center. And so I have like a bonding or whatever. And they last like 10 years.
Yeah.
And my bonding from the mugging of 2008 popped
God.
out a week before I was set to shoot
That's
Devos.
always what happens.
And I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? And so I like got it fixed. So I had to like change my dentist because I was like, I need this fixed today. And yeah, we got it. But now I'm like nervous for like 2027 or 2028 when it like comes out.
It's just
again
gonna happen
eventually.
again. It all happens. Is it all nuts or just peanuts? It's all pine nuts and tree nuts that he's allergic to. One of my favorite things to do is go to the grocery store and just pick out things I want to put in a stew. We have like one of those slow cooker things that I'm like, we should use that more often and like make more stews or more, I don't know, things in a slow cooker.
I will never do that.
I think it seems nice.
I mean, it is nice.
Yeah.
It is nice. I will never.
You're not like much of a cooking at home. You don't like cooking.
Despise it. I like making myself a simple something, making myself a salad, a nice healthy salad,
right?
Or like a sandwich or some eggs or something. But like a crock pot where I have to like put multiple ingredients.
Right.
In, absolutely.
I just like the idea of being able to make something that's maybe not up to exactly restaurant quality, but like, oh, this is good and not something I have all the time. And I didn't have to pay a bunch of fucking money for it and like go pick it up. It just feels like a good way to save money because you know I'm saving up for what? The Apple Vision Pros. I love it.
I'm not saving up for that. So I can go out and buy my soups.
Have you guys ever bleached your teeth? No. But the lights make them look whiter than they are, which I like. I like.
I don't know. Your teeth are pretty white.
They're pretty white, but they could be whiter. I have some strips.
I have a rinse. I do a rinse. I don't do
you?
strips. Yeah.
I'm going to try some strips. Okay. Should we get started?
Yeah, sure.
We've just been chatting for so long. Okay. We're going to start the podcast. So if you're new, now we're actually doing some recording.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, go.
Oop.
Oh, what's that?
Let me delete this. I don't know what. I hope we weren't. I mean, maybe we're just recording our nothing chit chat.
Were we?
Maybe. That's pretty funny.
That would be very funny.
Okay. Let's try it again.
Guys, that was great. That was a great warm up.
Okay. And then we'll turn this recording.
Oh, you want me to push my button?
I think I connected my Bluetooth mouse to that.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello. Oh, I have to swallow my gum.
Oh, good. I'm glad you did. Matt Steele came in here popping his gum, but he was like, okay, we're about to record the podcast. People maybe don't want to hear ASMR as they're on their way to work.
Oh, you know my thoughts on ASMR.
Right.
All right, but now it's going to be ASMR of the swallowing.
Oh.
1,
okay.
2, 3.
That was quiet, which I appreciate.
That?
I didn't hear it, but maybe if someone's like had their headphones on and were really listening, they could.
Yeah.
But I think that's okay.
Turn it up. Turn it up.
You don't need to.
To quote Whitney, turn me up.
And to quote Aaliyah, up a little bit more.
Yes.
Up a little bit more. 4-page letter, a classic.
Everyone wants to hear the gulp of Matt Steele's throat.
I don't know if we do. I don't know if like the gulp of Matt Steele's throat is like a phrase we need out into the universe.
I think the people want it.
It sounds a little sexual.
And we got to give the people what they want.
I don't know.
Well, everything I do is sexual.
I told someone at my day job, like, oh, and we started a Patreon XYZ, and they were like, do you do it with your shirts off? Like, is that what they're paying for? I was like, what? What do you think I do? Like, what do you think this podcast is? No, we're very much shirted. Thank you so much.
We'll see how desperate we get.
I don't foresee us doing that. And also, I don't think that's what people would pay money for. No shade. I think we look great, but that's not our first attractive feature.
If you want to see me with a shirt off, you can check out our reaction to Formation by Beyonce because
that is true.
It dropped when I was in the shower.
Yes, and that was important that you got there as soon as possible.
Yeah, I also have wet hair in that video. Ugh,
it's okay.
You know, I thought my thoughts on me with wet hair. We should start this recording.
All right, let's actually start the podcast.
1, 2, 3, go.
Okay. Do you want to start?
I'll start.
Okay.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another 2 Gay Matts podcast. It is Matt Steele.
And it's Matt Palmer.
July is ending. We are going into August. Which
I can't believe it.
Where did this year go?
Truly. And the thing is, I don't think I felt that in the first quarter of the year, but like ever since my birthday rolled around in Costa Rica, I feel like time has been speeding up to a crazy degree.
I feel like that's a normal thing with January, February, March. I feel like those 3 months always feel really long, or at least in my life, they've always felt very long.
Right.
And then the rest of the year just zooms by. July. Because I mean, I guess the other months are the funner months.
I mean, I completely agree. And I mean, it's too bad that we're both born in like the not fun months in our heads.
Yeah. Well, no. We're not born in.
Oh, you were just saying for the first 3 months.
Yeah, the first 3 months, I think people see as the months that drag, because those are the kind of like the colder months.
Got it.
They tend to be and everything, and you're kind of getting the year started.
Right.
But then as the months go along, they're a little more fun. Because I mean, June is the most fun month. Hello, it's when I was born.
Well, April 29th is nice.
Well, June 19th is even funner.
Well, I like June 19th as well. So I think everybody wins there.
June 19th, objectively great day.
Objectively great, absolutely. Matt Steele.
Yes.
How was your week?
My week was nice.
Good.
Had a good time. Saw a film with my friend Lauren. Had some tacos beforehand. And we can actually talk about. Can we?
Okay, we went back and forth on this. I have been very afraid to talk about Barbie and Oppenheimer because I am very supportive of the unions. I am very supportive of SAG and the WGA. But then I listened to podcasts that are much more popular than ours. No shade to ourselves. We're amazing. And they were like, okay, let's start it off with a full Barbie review. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that.
I know,
and these
podcasters like are people who are confirmed in SAG.
Absolutely. These are SAG folk. So I guess I just need to loosen up.
I think, well, I mean, we all knew this.
I don't know. I don't think of myself as like high strung or like.
No, not at all.
Okay, let's move on.
I will say you've gotten more easy breezy lemon squeezy as time has gone on.
I still hate that phrase though.
Listen,
I will never
it just flows naturally out of my mouth. Maybe you should lighten up on that phrase.
I'll see what I can do.
But yeah, so I feel like we can talk about the movies and maybe our personal thoughts on them without being like, everyone go see it.
Absolutely.
So I think maybe
that's
we'll do
what
that.
we should do.
I still like the idea of giving everything a code name.
I think that's cute.
Just because it's cute and it could be like our little trademark.
I love that for us.
So this week also I did a lot of editing for the project that I was working on.
Yes.
And editing is a lot. You know,
it is because we also did a 2K Maths video and then like several bonus videos. So I feel like you have a lot of editing on your plate at the moment.
Yeah, but you know, I like editing, and so it's like very cathartic. I love creating something, and it's sort of like a puzzle that needs to be put together.
Yeah.
Especially they always talk about when you are editing or doing any sort of post-production for like a narrative thing. Mm-hmm. You're essentially trying to like fix the mistakes you made in production.
Oh, interesting.
Like that's what they always. That's like how people funnily describe it. And it's
funny.
like, yeah, it's like how do we work around this thing that we didn't have the time to get, like, and make it work. And yeah, I think we're doing a good job, and so I'm excited about that. I went out last night with some of my coworkers.
Out to like a club bar thing?
To like a straight bar.
Oh my gosh, what was that like?
It was fine.
Okay.
I didn't have much to say about the situation. I love hanging out with my friends.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a very kind thing to do.
Yeah. Thank you. I was a man approached me and he shook my hands and he said, "You must be Ken." And I was like, "Ken?" And he was like, "Yeah, like from Ken and Barbie," which I think was him insinuating that he thought I was attractive or something.
Oh.
So I was like, "Oh, this guy's hitting on me."
Yeah.
But actually, I was like, "Oh, well, thank you." After I said thank you, he turned to my good friend next to me, who's like, very pretty and gorgeous and everything, and was like, "And you must be Barbie." Oh. And I was like, "Oh, so you were essentially just like checking to make sure I was not dating her." To hit on her.
I think it was just the first part of his hitting on her. It's like, oh, go up to her gay friend and say this, and it'll lead me right into a line.
Yeah.
Huh.
And so then he hit on her for a while.
Okay.
And then after he was done hitting on her,
yes.
Let's just say he ended his hitting on her with her lipstick all over his face.
Oh, well, I guess it worked out. Congratulations.
It worked out for him like gangbusters. And then he turned to me and he was just like, "Oh, by the way, I assume you're gay, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Well, I'm not gay, but I love getting compliments from gay guys." And I just went, "Okay."
That is so weird.
Nice to meet you.
That is very brazen. And like, I think that's the absolute appropriate response. Like, you think I'm just going to give you a compliment because you're a straight person? Like, sweetie, you should be happy I'm talking to you. Like, I have nothing to give you. I have nothing to get from you. Best of luck in your future endeavors.
I said, "Okay, well, you should probably wipe off your face." And he was like, "Oh yeah, I got napkins in my car." And I was like, "Okay, you go get them."
Yes.
So yeah, that was an adventurous night, I guess.
I love that.
And I don't know. I did other stuff. I ate. I sang. I was merry. What did you do?
Oh, what did I do on Friday? Oh, Joe and Tim came over and we actually made them dinner, which was very fun. We made these kind of turkey pita things that we like to make, and then made some broccoli along with it. And we sat outside on the little porch deck area and had a nice little light dinner party. Jackson made some very bespoke cocktails, and they were lovely. And we played some video games. We watched a few Disney Plus shorts. Have you ever seen the Out short, the like gay one?
Oh, yeah, with the mother, where he turns into the dog?
Yes, he turns into a dog.
Yes.
It's so cute.
The mother. Wait, you've seen that before?
I had seen it before, but I was the one who was like, we should watch this.
Oh, that mom, that scene with the mom and the dog is heartbreaking.
I know.
Like, so beautiful.
And it's also like, was this used in the beginning of a movie for Pixar, or was it solely for the Disney Plus app? Because the world should have seen that.
When did it come out? Like 2020?
I want to say like 2020.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, it's a short that came out on Disney Plus, and it was like a guy who's like afraid to come out to his mom, and he's like older, and he's I think his boyfriend wants him to move in with him or something like that.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. I forget. And so then he magically turns into his dog.
Yes.
and sort of like sees things from like his dog's perspective, and like his mom like talks to the dog, and it's just like, I just want my son to be happy.
Exactly.
And it's gorgeous.
And it's so short. It's like 12 minutes long. It's very cute. Yeah. So it was fun to watch that, and I thought, wow, what great jobs the writers and actors did on this. Yes. We should pay them fairly.
Yes.
So then we played a couple of video games, and that was nice. And then on Saturday, Jackson and I went to San Diego because one of his childhood friends' kids was turning 3. And so we went to go sing happy birthday to the young man. I guess young boy. I don't know. I don't know how to refer to children. He was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. He turned 3.
The young thing.
Young. Yeah. I think that's right. But yes, we did a happy birthday moment. The issue was there was, for some reason, a lot of traffic getting down to San Diego. And it took what should have been like a 2.5 hour trip was 4 full fucking hours. And it was like, kill me.
Sorry.
We listened to the Hunchback of Notre Dame cast recording from the Broadway show to pass the time.
From the not Broadway show.
Oh, was it Broadway?
It was. I think it premiered at La Jolla Playhouse. Speaking of San Diego.
Oh yeah.
And then it may have played at another regional theater, but it never made it to Broadway.
It's nice. I mean, I like the song.
The score of Hunchback of Notre Dame is
brilliant.
Excellent. I think Michael Arden was Quasimodo in the stage production, who won the Tony Award for Best Director Parade.
Oh wow.
And was like, now I'm a faggot with a Tony. Remember that?
Oh yes, I do remember that.
I think that's him.
Well, great. He did a great job.
Well, great.
And we listened to that, and also, I mean, I don't know if this is good or bad, but I feel like all of this Ariana talk lately about her and Ethan Slater has gotten me listening to Dangerous Woman a lot. And so I listened to that album again. And I was like, you know what? This album is long, but it's excellent. And so for a 4-hour car ride, if we're going to be diving into an album of pop music, I was happy to revisit the greatness of Dangerous Woman. Touch It is so amazing. Into You, of course. Just a lot of highlights on Dangerous Woman. I feel like we don't talk about it enough because obviously Thank You Next is like her magnum opus, but there's a lot of great stuff on Dangerous Woman, and I just want to repeat that. And then today, what did I do? Anything of note? Oh, I went and saw Janie. And before that, we went to Jackson's sister's house because she and her husband are out of town, but they have a pet turtle named Harry. And so Harry needed his water refilled and some vegetables and fruits. So we fed and watered Harry.
Matt Palmer, St. Francis over here, just giving to the animals, nurturing the animals.
That's the person who like is very like respectful of animals, but not like needing to be a pet owner. It was like I could see myself owning a turtle. Like you take that turtle out, it walks around the house a little bit, you feed it some water and some strawberries, some tomatoes, and it's happy. And I'm like, this I could do.
Yeah, I had a pet turtle once for a period of a few years named Stevie. And sometimes we would let Stevie walk around the basement and everything. And sometimes Stevie would get lost. And we were like, how the fuck do we lose our turtle in the basement?
Hey.
So searching for Stevie was always a chore.
We one time had Harry like in our apartment for like a week or so. And Harry, in our little ass apartment, got lost multiple times.
Well, I mean, turtles are like genetically designed to hide.
Yeah.
Like they're essentially a hiding spot.
Yes.
Their body is a hiding spot.
I know.
So you just see that shell and not even realize it's a turtle.
I know.
Like, oh yeah, that's the ottoman.
When we took it out to him out today, and he walked around the house, I was like, I'm keeping my eye on you because they say you're slow, but I think that thing moves pretty fast.
Oh, turtles move fast.
I would like to think that's a misnomer. I think they are not as slow as they're made out to be. And Harry specifically, he definitely moves with purpose. And he's like, I'm heading towards a closet. I'm heading towards the dog's cage. I'm going somewhere and I'm going to hide. And will you know where I am? Probably not. And I was like, that's not going to happen. I have places to be.
Good for you.
All right. And now we're here.
You're learning how I now trust you to watch my turtle whenever I get one.
Okay. Do you think if you were to have a pet again, would it be a turtle?
I don't know. I'm not going to have a pet until I have a child or a husband minimum.
Okay.
It's like I cannot take care of an entire animal on my own.
It certainly just like makes traveling so much harder. Like the idea of like, oh, I need to board this or find someone to watch and feed it. It feels like a level of responsibility that like I don't need to invite into my life unless I have other responsibilities like a child.
Sure, yeah. Like a child. It's like I would want the child first and then we'll see how that goes if the child survives, then maybe we'll get a pet.
I'm hopeful the child will survive.
Yeah,
I have
I'm
a good
hopeful
feeling.
too. I'll let you watch the child since you're so good with a turtle.
Thank you. Only when it's like big enough. I don't want to have to like carry it.
You don't want to have to carry my child?
No.
What if my child falls?
I mean, I will pick it up. I'm not saying I won't like stand it back up, but I don't want to like be like, oh, I have to hold you in the right way and like cradle your neck and all that stuff. Like that seems like a lot of work.
Well, okay, I guess we'll have to wait a couple years until Matt Pollard babysits my children.
Just a few years.
You know,
first for them to be born and then for me to
According
babysit.
to parents, those years zoom by.
Great.
So
it's like the end of 2023. Zooming by.
Zooming by, guys.
Should we jump into the news for idiots?
Sure.
Did you see the Emmys were officially postponed?
I thought they were officially postponed earlier.
I guess they weren't.
Maybe it wasn't official.
It was unofficial, but due to AMPTP's refusal to return to the negotiating table with the actors and writers, the Emmys are officially postponed indefinitely. They were initially slated to air on September 18th. But yeah, I think we all pretty much knew that wasn't going to happen. But according to Variety, it's officially not happening. And some movies have been reshuffled. Their release dates have moved. Any updates on The Color Purple? Is that one still?
I think The Color Purple, I think they'll still do The Color Purple.
Okay.
Because as I've said, I don't think Warner Brothers is like banking on the cast being the selling point. I think they're banking on the name The Color Purple being the selling point.
All right. So if we're still there, I think that's great. And I'm hopeful for you.
Yes.
And I'm also very excited to see it. So I'm hopeful for me as well.
I'm hopeful for all of us.
Yes, we got to have hope.
And I think Warner Brothers also knows like this could be a slam dunk for some acting Oscars and everything, especially if other movies don't come out.
Right.
Like if like Dune is postponed, like, I think they will see that as an opportunity. Like, oh, now like this opens more doors for less competition as far as
Did you see the
awards
first
go.
Dune?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's great.
I never saw it.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a lot of sand.
I mean, wait, no, we can talk about it.
Yeah.
I can say I enjoyed it a lot, but I will say nothing about people going out to see it.
Okay. Yeah. I love that.
Does that work? SAG, does that work?
SAG, are you listening?
Are you listening?
Did you see that video of someone throwing a drink at Cardi B on stage and Cardi throwing the microphone back at them?
Without hesitation. Like without skipping a beat. And Cardi knew exactly who it was.
That's the thing.
And where to aim that goddamn microphone.
She was paying attention. And the first thing I thought when I saw the video, I was like, Cardi B's left-handed.
Yes, my fellow left-handed queen.
I mean, she's a creative person. And the thing is, okay, of course we do not condone violence.
No.
That should not be the answer. But we've been trying to tell all of y'all for weeks, you have got to stop assaulting these artists when they are on stage. So, of course, we don't want microphones thrown at anyone, but like, you poked the bear, and hopefully this is a lesson to all people going to concerts wanting to make a moment. Like, just don't.
Well, and also, why would you do it to Cardi B?
I know.
Like, because Cardi B got her start on what reality show?
I think Love and Hip Hop.
Love and Hip Hop. Like, she is designed to like fucking fight you back. She will kick your ass, and like she's so great and lovable that you just gotta root for her.
And that's the thing, that the public's going to always be on Cardi B's side unless she does something like atrocious, and you threw water on her first.
Yeah, like Cardi B will retaliate. She just will.
We don't promote violence. No. You can say it again.
Yes,
but I would advise us to stop throwing things at people performing. I don't know why we have to keep saying it. Hopefully, this will change some. It will give people will have a second thought before they try to throw water at another person on stage or something more solid than water, because not okay.
Do you think it's just people just desperately want attention from these celebrities and or even their fans?
Yes, and they want attention. Maybe they'll go viral on social media. Sure. Maybe people will see
like, oh, that was me.
Exactly.
It's like, well, we didn't see your face, so that was useless.
And it's like, do you want attention for that? Like, is attention important enough that you're willing to assault or throw water on people just who are doing their job for you?
Yeah.
I don't get it. But
well, people are nerds.
People are nerds, absolutely. Apparently Barbie and Oppenheimer are in the running for one of the best second weekends of all time. They're still making money hand over fist. Barbie ended the week before the weekend, I believe, with over $258 million more. Oppenheimer is over $127 million. The Haunted Mansion is not doing so well. Apparently, people are like, why would you release a Halloween movie in July? But then someone came out and said, well, Hocus Pocus was released in July.
It was, but Hocus Pocus was not very financially successful in the movie theaters.
Oh, I didn't realize
that. It was when it was more like a syndication thing. It did very well, I think, like with rentals and stuff when it came out. But, but I think it was like the syndication of it all, it playing on MTV and everything, it became the classic, which I was surprised that it wasn't a huge hit because I remember like renting it a lot like as a kid. So maybe that's why I was so shocked when I heard that it wasn't a huge financial success for them.
Right.
But yes, that is kind of confusing.
Yeah, apparently a massive $93 million second weekend for Barbie and then $46 million second weekend for Oppenheimer. It's just very cool to see these movies being so successful and blockbusters that are not expected, like the Mission Impossible of it all didn't do as well as these two films are doing. So that's cool, and I love that it became an event. And are there anything about Barbie that you wanted to say last week that you didn't get a chance to?
That I enjoyed it very, very much.
Yes, I enjoyed it as well.
It's a blast. It's a joy.
Yes, I would like to see it again myself, but I would advise you to do whatever SAG says. Which is my go-to party line from here on out is do whatever SAG says.
Do whatever SAG says. I don't think, I feel like SAG's like still encouraging people to see things.
Yeah,
because, they want to. You want to support the industry to a point. I don't know. I don't necessarily know. All I know is I am going to support the union.
Yes, and we both are, yes. Absolutely. And apparently Greta Gerwig came out and said that the Barbie movie almost had a fart opera in the middle. She thought it was very funny, but the test audiences did not. And I must say, I'm with the test audiences. That would not be funny to me.
Well, I'm with the leading female auteur of our time,
gosh,
Greta Gerwig.
Of course you are.
I think it's funny. Farts are always funny.
That is not true.
It's true. Farts are always funny.
I just feel...
Listen, if I farted right now live on the podcast, people would be listening and they would go, "Oh, Matt Steele, haha."
Would I laugh?
No, but
well, there you go.
But the thing is, like, when you're in the movie, like, you don't, and it's happening to you, you don't find it's funny, but people laugh at, you experiencing that because they're like, "Oh, I bet Matt Palmer's pissed, haha." So sometimes you got to sacrifice your own comfort and your own joy for the people.
I just don't think that's the direction we want to go. Much like how we don't need to be doing reviews with our shirts off on Patreon. We don't need to have like fart bits on this podcast. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, guys, we'll see how desperate we get. If we need to resort to fart bits, then we got to keep the people invested. Then I will do it. But maybe the thing is, it seems like Greta Gerwig has an idea for a fart opera, so maybe she will put it in another movie where it seems more appropriate.
Sure, maybe it'll be great for you, and I will not see it after hearing that news. But of course, what the studios and people who are making these films have taken out of Barbie's success is that we need 1 billion Mattel films, and they're all in development.
Oh my God! Do you have the list of all the Mattel things?
I see. The 14 of them include Barney, which we've talked about. That is already being made, I believe. Polly Pocket, which Lena Dunham is supposedly directing and starring Lily Collins. Mm-hmm. Thomas and Friends, Hot Wheels, Rock'em Sock'em Robots, Uno.
When I saw those 3 letters
Uno.
In this article that they were conceiving a movie about Uno, I wanted to fucking kill myself. I want to kill myself when Uno is being played in my vicinity.
Oh, well, I disagree with you on that. Uno is excellent. Uno is fun.
I don't understand why any of you want. Well, you all know my thoughts on games in general.
Oh my God, party pooper over here.
When you play Uno, you are all miserable and furious with each other. So I don't understand why you want to subjugate yourself to that again and again and again.
Because that's the fun. At some point, you will be making other people miserable. You will have the reverses. You will have the wild draw fours, and it'll be great.
But what's the point? Guys, it's a stack of fucking cards.
The point is winning. I'm not saying that this IP needs a film, but Uno on its own is an excellent game, and we need to put respect on Uno's name.
All right, well, when they put the fart opera in the Uno movie, then I will see it.
And question for you.
Yeah.
If you had to choose between more MCU everything all the time or more Mattel everything all the time, what do you pick?
I don't foresee audiences being as emotionally invested in the Mattel games, the movies of it all.
Sure.
Like, I don't foresee that because games aren't people.
I gave you 2 options, babe.
Well, what would I rather
watch?
I mean, I understand the Marvel obsession of it all more. So I've already lived through the Marvel obsession, so I can go a few more years with some Marvel monopolizing the movie industry over like a fucking Uno Rock'em Sock'em.
Sure, but I feel like the Uno and Rock'em Sock'ems, there's such a blank canvas there. Like whoever is the director is going to really make something unique and original, even though the IP is completely unrelated to anything ever.
Okay, this is what I want.
Yes.
I want someone to make an art house Uno movie that is sort of like the musical Chess. So it's about this game and the people who play the game, but really it's a metaphor for the Cold War or something. So like if they do something like that with Uno and it's a big opera and really cinematic and maybe directed by David Fincher, like then I would be all about an Uno game.
See, but that I feel like is feasible. That can happen in this world. The Marvel movies, those people who, need everything to be canon or big Marvel heads, need things to happen a certain way, that it becomes more formulaic. I think I'm more open if we have to get our original screenplays from Mattel properties. Am I going to see the Daniel Kaluuya Barney that's supposed to be like A24-esque? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I guess you're right. There is more of an opportunity for artistic interpretation of these movies, and I don't foresee the fans of these movies being as hardcore psycho, invested to the point where they essentially end up hating all the movies that are made,
right?
Like they do with Marvel movies, with the Mattel stuff.
Yeah, it's not like you're gonna have a super Rock'em Sock'em Robots fan who's like, "This is not canon. This is not how those buttons are pressed."
Yeah.
It's like
because there is no canon.
There's no canon.
Yeah.
So I think if this is the angle that we get new creative swings, then sure. Do I think this is the lesson that should have been learned from Barbie's success? No. But I'll take what I can get.
And also we started off this Mattel monopoly over the movie industry with an more artistic interpretation of Barbie.
Absolutely.
As opposed to just a straightforward, this is a canon thing that's just fun.
That's the thing.
So I think people are going to head into the Mattel of it all with that mindset.
We need an art house Uno, babe. It's coming.
All right, guys.
Art house Uno is on the way.
Art house fart house Uno.
Oh,
that's what I
Lord.
Want. Art house fart house musical rock opera Uno.
Well,
fart opera, rock. Oh my God, this is happening. Brilliant. Okay, next story.
Okay, are you making the Uno film? And if so, could you please cut the fart opera? Because I'd like to see it and support it wholeheartedly.
The fart opera is canon for Uno now. Here, it is established at 2 gay mats.
Oh my God, this is not what I wanted. But in good news for unions everywhere, the UPS strike has reached a tentative agreement. UPS and the International Brotherhood of Teamsters, the union representing about 330,000 UPS employees in the U.S., have reached a tentative collective bargaining agreement. It looks like wages are going up for all workers. It's creating more full-time jobs. The contract raises starting pay for part-timers to $21 an hour, up from the contracted pay of $15.50, and full-time workers will see their top hourly rate go up to $49 an hour. I just think it's so great when the people who are doing the job win. And this is why we're rooting for SAG, rooting for the WGA. It's I just can't imagine being behind a corporation more than you're being behind people. And these people work so hard. And I feel like the people who are against unions in all of those examples are people who are like, what? Well, my job is harder than that and I make less money. And it's well, babe, start a union. The argument is not we should all be suffering together. It's no, we all should be succeeding together, and the unions are helping us do that.
Oh, especially for the UPS mail postal workers, they have to do so much, not just the organizational stuff of it all. They're on their feet all day. They have to maintain everything. They got to deal with walking through as someone who for my restaurant I put stuff in mailboxes. Mm-hmm. There are some people who's getting to their front door is a fucking journey.
Absolutely.
You have to go through sprinklers, jungles, animals that try to attack you. You go up to that door, someone's looking at you, and you're just oh my God, do they have a gun? It's scary out there. So be paid
absolutely
what they're worth. They should be paid what they're worth.
Beyonce said, "Fuck you, pay me," and
fuck you, pay me.
Absolutely right. Did you see Viola Davis is stepping back from production on her film G20 despite the PIC's SAG-AFTRA waiver? She says, "I love this movie, but I do not feel that it would be appropriate for this production to move forward during the strike. I appreciate that producers on the project agree with this decision. Juvie Productions and I stand in solidarity with the actors, SAG-AFTRA, and the WGA." So apparently that film got an interim SAG-AFTRA agreement, so they were going to pay the people more fairly, I guess. Mm-hmm. But Viola was but it's not just about me. It's not just about our production. It's about everyone in SAG, in the WGA. So let's take a pause.
Yeah, I fully understand that, and I fully appreciate that. And
totally.
I think that's great.
She's so cool. Yeah. I like her a lot.
Oh, Viola Davis is incredible.
And one last strike piece of news. Did you see that the studios are going on a hiring spree for AI specialist jobs? A Disney job listing wanted applicants who could push the limits of what AI tools can create and understand the difference between the voice of data and the voice of a designer, writer, or artist. And they're paying this person, whoever they hire, $900,000 per year.
I mean, well, fuck that. I mean, just fine. And the thing is, the whole AI thing, like, will be like exciting for companies for a bit, but people consuming it will not connect to it. They won't connect to it, and so it'll be a financial disaster for them. It'll be a failure. Like, I don't understand what they're not understanding about this. Like, they'll get money like quickly because they don't have to like pay a bunch of people to do all this stuff and everything, but they'll find that people aren't sticking with this entertainment. Right. You know, that's why I don't think the whole AI Ariana Grande or whatever, or AI pop stars will be successful, because people like to connect to and follow real humans and real stories and everything. So people will be excited about it for 5 seconds and then be like, what's the next thing?
I know.
You know, so I mean, girl, I guess do what you want to do, but people aren't going to follow it. People aren't going to like it.
I feel like all of the art that gets made and is successful is because of that human connection that comes from a script written by a real person or an actor who's really physically there. So the fact that they're really trying to go out of their way to put people out of work and make a quick buck, when we as consumers can tell you this ain't gonna work, but they would rather try it than just pay people fairly, is pretty gross. Yeah. Like, your industry's gross.
Well, I just hope that this brings a rise to the production companies that do want to pay people fairly and treat people fairly and everything, and do these actual human art pieces and everything.
Totally.
I hope that they make buttloads of money and rise in the ranks.
I have a question for you.
Oh God.
Because I feel like words have been said to me more times in the past 3 weeks than I ever heard them in my life, and I need someone to fully explain this to me.
Oh no.
You know it.
Okay.
Okay. What is a set piece?
like a piece of set.
No, I feel like it's something else, because it's like, there was a big set piece in this film, XYZ. Like, I think it means something in film language that I'm not understanding, because like a piece of the set, I don't think the way people talk about it, I don't get it. I just don't get set pieces, and I want us to discuss it.
I mean, like, it depends on what the medium is. Like, set piece in theater is like a chunk of set that like comes on or off or whatever. Okay. In film, a set piece can be used to describe various different things. I imagine what your confusion is like a prop could be a set piece.
Okay.
Or like a big prop could be a set piece. Like sometimes like some props are more expensive than others. They're featured more prominently, and so they're like, okay, we got to be careful with this set piece. Or why are you thinking?
Just because I feel like with the discussion of Barbie and maybe Oppenheimer, I feel like I'm here every time I listen to a podcast about it or I talk to you about it, and it's like, and there were so many set pieces, and I'm like,
Well, the Barbie movie, like the design, the art direction of Barbie was brilliant, and it's hands down winning that Oscar.
Right.
I imagine they're talking about like Barbie's house. Like that could be one. That whole entity is like a set piece. Okay. You know, it's a piece of set.
I guess, but I'll see if I'll come back next week and hopefully I'll understand it more fully, because here I'm a little lost.
All right, I think you're thinking about it too much.
I feel like that's always your response for me.
I don't think you got to worry about it.
I'm worried.
People use the word for different things, but I always interpret it as just like a piece of set in any capacity, in the large scale, small scale. You know.
Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate
that.
Like
this microphone in the screen in our little box where we're recording this. This microphone is a set piece.
Okay.
This chair is a set piece. My gum.
So when people say set, I can't talk about it more. Well, I'll look it up and see if I can get a more full picture. But I do appreciate your explanation. Thank you so much. Okay. See that Beyonce's mom, Tina Knowles, has filed for divorce from actor Richard Lawson.
Yeah. How long were they together?
I think they were together for 8 years, it seems. And Tina selected irreconcilable differences as the reason for the split. Unfortunately, this encouraged people to go to Richard Lawson's Twitter account, and unfortunately no one told him that his likes are public. So apparently he's been out here liking a lot of porn tweets, supposedly, which, you know what, everyone's human, like what you like. But I always feel like people need to know when their likes are public. And it's like with the Armie Hammer of it all, when people went through his likes and it was a bunch of ladies like tied up and things. Sure. I just feel like it's like, oof, this isn't private. And I think you think it's private and it's not private.
That is something I'm always shocked when I'm on Twitter and I see like X, whatever the fuck. And I see like things pop up on your timeline, like suggested for you. And it shows like certain likes that people I follow have liked, like certain things. I'm always just like, why is this popping up on my timeline? And then I'm like, oh, well, this person liked it. It's like you realize when you like something, it pops up on other people's timelines and it shows like this person likes this. It's like, guys, if you want to do some weird likes, like them on an alt account.
Sure. Yes, absolutely.
Be careful with what you like.
Yes.
On social media.
Yes. Because people can see it. Yeah. It's like you've got to know on every social media platform, if you want to save a piece of content that may be a little racy, you got to figure out the way to do that without having everyone know.
And I never understood the point of liking stuff. I guess it is to save stuff.
I think it's to look at it in my head, but
isn't there like an archive option?
There is, but I think it's newer, and maybe the Richard Lawsons of the world don't know how to use that.
Yeah, if I have see a tweet that I want to go back to at some point, not for like a weird sexual, but because like, oh, I think this is funny.
Yeah.
I'll like screenshot it.
Oh, I would like a tweet that I thought was funny, just because like, oh, let's like it.
Yeah, I mean, I do.
Yeah,
but like, if I know that people are going to see my likes, I wouldn't like something weird.
Same. I agree with you, but I think people don't know all of that.
Everyone uses social media differently in the same way, like everyone describes what a set piece is.
Absolutely. The big question of the day, what is a set piece? Vice did a documentary about your favorite reality show, John and Kate Plus 8. And it featured John and two of his children, Hannah and Colin Gosselin, who I believe he has primary custody of.
Yes.
And some details. I guess I didn't fully understand what was happening there. I saw the clip of John talking about how he would like eat lunch at his kids' school because that was the only place he could see them from far away. And then at some point he saw that Colin wasn't there and then found out Colin was somewhere else getting help, apparently. I didn't know exactly for what, but he like made it his priority to get him out of wherever he was. I wanted to know if you had more information. I know these are your people.
Not really.
Okay.
I know that after some of this stuff sort of came out and Colin and Hannah spoke about certain things.
Yeah.
Maddie Gosselin, my queen.
I knew it.
One of the older Gosselin twins. She posted something on social media. She was like, I'm not going to go into detail, but I'm just going to say that I have no like patience for people saying like negative things, especially when, and I think kind of like insinuated that either John or like either Colin or Hannah like has said something like homophobic or transphobic, like or I don't know. I couldn't really interpret what Maddie posted.
Right.
But then she quickly deleted it.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm just like, what does all this mean? I don't know. I don't want to see that family fight.
I know.
They brought me so much joy in my youth, even though I'm still young. They brought me so much joy, and I just want them to get along. I think it's heartbreaking when like siblings are estranged, when like parents and children are estranged in some sort of way. And so I wish the whole family the best. I hope things can heal.
Yeah.
I don't want this documentary to happen because it's like, I don't, it's family stuff. I mean, the kids aren't minors anymore.
Right.
They're over 18, which is crazy.
Wait, even the youngest kids are over 18?
They're over 18 now. Yeah, I know. We're so old.
Oh,
I know.
God. I couldn't have that.
I know. I can't talk about it. I feel ancient.
Oh my God.
And so yeah, I don't want to watch this documentary just because I don't want to see like siblings like targeting other siblings or like parents, especially when I like care about this family.
I know you do. I mean, you grew up with them. I get it.
Yeah, I am the biggest John and Kate Plus 8 stan you will ever meet, and it is still my dream that they reconcile.
Not the parents.
Everyone. I want everyone to reconcile.
So reconcile in a co-parenting kind of way. You don't want them to. Okay, great.
No, I don't. They don't need to get back together.
Perfect.
Like, let's get real.
Yeah.
And obviously they're not compatible.
Yes.
That's
been made clear.
And I don't like the thought of like a parent encouraging a child to speak out against their other parents.
It's
or like
gross.
Pit a child against the other parent. I really don't like that.
Yes.
So I don't understand why John is doing that. I don't know.
It's weird.
If I were John, I would want to keep this private.
Right.
Because clearly like Kate wants to keep it all private.
Right. So. I think she responded too, actually, but.
Oh, what did she say?
I don't know.
Whatever, guys.
Look it up if you want.
I don't want to engage. I'm too upset.
In happier news, Tori Kelly has shared an update about her medical scare. She says, I love you all so much, and I'm truly overwhelmed by all the love and care I have received. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's kind of a long message, so I won't read all of it, but essentially she's saying, it's been a scary few days, but I can feel your prayers and I can't stop thinking about you. I'm feeling stronger now and hopeful, but unfortunately there are still some things to uncover. She's being helped by the best doctors and nurses. She assures her fans. And she said basically she wishes she could have like promoted the EP more during release week. But good news is the EP is fantastic. I cannot say enough good things about the song Cut, which is the opening song.
So we are here to promote Tori Kelly's EP.
Absolutely. Because that song Cut is one of the best. I'm excited. I liked Shelter a lot. I need to listen to it more because I was on such a Cut high listening to the whole EP. But Missing You is also great.
I love Shelter.
All right.
I listened to the EP on my way up to record the podcast.
Yes.
I fucking love Shelter.
Good.
I love the production of it. I love at the end when she matches her runs with like guitar riffs.
Impressive.
The guitar riff that's happening. Fucking fantastic. I love Shelter.
Do you like Shelter more than Cut?
No, I don't know. I mean, I've heard Cut more.
Yeah.
So I'm more used to Cut. I mean, Cut's fantastic.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So I really like the EP a lot. I even like that sort of like 80s ballady song.
That one is.
What's that one called again?
I don't remember what it's called, but it's not.
Something If I Die. Alive If I Die.
Right, which I liked, but I'd also, in her current situation, made me uncomfortable to listen to. Not that she's like anywhere close to that, but I'm like, oh my God, she felt so very ill. So listening to that song just gave me the heebie-jeebies.
Okay, well, take some time.
I'll take
some
a deep
breath.
Yes.
And go to take a nap, what you need to do whenever you get a little stressed.
Absolutely.
Listen to it again, and you'll be like, this song's great.
It's excellent. And some final, just little bits of news. Kylie Minogue has announced her Las Vegas residency. It was long hinted at, but it's really happening. Britney Spears reconnected with Lance Bass this week. Did you see a picture she took with Lance and his twins and his husband? And I think Sam was there too. Very cute, very cute. Michelle Yeoh has gotten married after being with her man for 19 years.
19 years. That is like longer than Nathan and Adelaide and Guys and Dolls like being together.
Sure.
Yeah.
I believe you on that. And then in sad news, Sinead O'Connor passed away at 56. Even though I feel like her biggest times I wasn't plugged into music yet because I was, single digits. I feel like the importance of Nothing Compares to You.
Oh my God.
That cover, that video of just her face, and also her on SNL tearing up that picture of the Pope. Like, she was truly shaking the table in a time that people were not. And she got blacklisted in a very real way, much like Janet Jackson after the Super Bowl of it all. So I'm glad that we're celebrating her. I wish we could have celebrated her more in life. Mm-hmm. I always love giving flowers to our legends while they're still here. But she's done so much and shown such a light on issues that were very real, and has a great version of Nothing Compares to You. I'm sure a lot of her music's excellent, and it just is a sad loss for someone who was only 56.
I know.
It's very sad.
I know. Thoughts are with her.
Yes.
And her family. She did it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Any other news for idiots you'd like to share with the people?
I don't think so.
All right, great, guys. We'll be right back with more Two Gay Mats, the podcast.
Yes. Yes. Connect, George. Connect.
All right, what's up, y'all?
They're talking about what a set piece is. Apparently, it's a Marvel term, which means an action sequence.
What?
Bitch.
This is why I was confused.
Since fucking when?
This is why I was confused.
All right, we'll talk about that during Email My Heart.
Oh, sorry, guys. No mention of Carly Rae. I haven't listened to the album yet. I apologize. Shelter, the movie. No, Shelter, the Tori Kelly song. I love Tori's EP. Every time I listen to Cut, I think of Palmer. So good hearing Timbaland on there. Absolutely. Can listen to Unhealthy by Anne Marie. I don't know. I used to watch it with new boyfriends. Oh, Shelter, the movie. Oh, I think that's a gay movie I've heard of. I've heard good things. People like the Carly Rae album. Chris, big fan, obviously.
Oh, yeah. How does it compare to The Loneliest Time? Like, do you guys like it better or worse?
Grace says it's really good. Seriously, way better than whatever Western Wind was. John P. Music says the Big Brother cast list comes out tomorrow. Yay, can't wait. Matt Steele, did you see the 25th anniversary special?
I did.
Yes.
Yeah, it was very fun.
Good.
I love how they were just like conveniently like leaving out like the real juicy shit from Big Brother because CBS.
What, like the problematic stuff or
and just like the slightly more scandalous stuff, like the juicier sort of like inner details of it, but that'll be for the documentary that I direct.
We need to see it. Maybe it'll be an art
They
house.
had no evidence of Big Brother 15 existing.
Really?
There was one clip of Andy winning that was like 3 seconds long. That is all they did to reference Big Brother 15. And weirdly, they didn't really mention Big Brother 17 or Vanessa a lot, which is kind of crazy because she's considered one of the best female players to ever play, like most strategic. And as years have gone on, they've stopped like referencing Vanessa a lot. Like, so I wonder if there's like some sort of beef between Vanessa and CBS.
She didn't win, did she?
No, she came in third because she lost the final HOH competition. And Steve was like, "Bitch, I am getting rid of you because you will annihilate my ass in the jury votes." So she came in third.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oppenheimer intrigued me until I heard it was 3 hours. Like, who has the time? Oppenheimer has way too much nudity. Who asked for any of it? Barbie was a lot of fun, surprisingly poignant at times. I will say one thing about Barbie, which I don't want to be negative on the podcast, so I'll be negative here. I thought that speech that America Ferrera gives is excellent, but it also felt kind of like...
Yeah, it
was a little on the nose, and also for me, it was like... when I was growing up, I was taught by my parents as a black person, you have to be extraordinary. Like, you have to do twice the work to get half the respect, half the pay, half of everything.
Yeah.
And so as much as like, I feel like, of course, what America was saying is very true. It made me think, well, like, how must black women feel? And how must people who are marginalized in more ways than just being, I don't know. I realized it's not the Oppression Olympics, but it didn't feel so novel. The like twisting and turning of everyone's, I don't know. I thought it was a good point, but it was a point that I had heard.
Yeah. I mean, my thing with it being on the nose of it all, especially like at the end, like all the sort of like feminism like hits you over the head with it. Like, it worked for me.
Yeah.
Just because it's a movie. Well, first of all, it's like straight up satire, and satire is never subtle.
Right.
And so, but also it's a satire about a kid's toy.
Yeah, that's true.
So like the world is very on the nose.
Yes.
You know?
It's like, we're talking feminism, period.
So to me, like, it worked.
Yeah.
Based on like the style of the movie and everything.
Yes, that's
true. But I definitely like see your point as far as the other thing goes.
Oh, Grace says I did appreciate the wheelchair Barbie they had there. I agree.
Yeah.
And she was great in the dance sequence. I can never give her credit as a strong player because everyone else on that season was so weak. Is that Vanessa probably?
Oh, season 17. Listen, Becky could have gone far if James and Meg did not fuck up Becky's HOH. That's all I'm going to say about that.
You could literally be making up names, and I'd be like, yeah.
You watched season 17.
I know, but you know I forgot it immediately.
That was after that season, you were like, you know what, I'm done. You had a stretch where you watched 14 through 17, and then you're like,
it just is such a time commitment.
It is. Oh, this year especially. It's ending in November.
Woo! Ooh. That's going to be right around the time Vanderpump starts. Oh, the podcast, they're going to be sick of us.
I know.
They're going to be sick of us. Oh, Sheena is asking, No Angel Win, are you joining the Discord? I think Sheena wants more Tinashe fans in the Discord. So if you want to become a part, go to patreon.com/2kmats. It's very fun there.
I think Michael Smith asked if I'm seeing Talk to Me.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to see Talk to Me. I hear it's great.
Did you see Oppenheimer yet?
Not yet. I'm seeing it Wednesday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It still worked because the satire message came through, even if you are beaten over the head with it. I believe that.
Yeah.
Sure. My critique of Barbie, where in the world was Trixie Mattel? Such a missed opportunity. Can confirm James and Becky are real people.
Not Meg, Lauren. Not Meg.
Not Meg? Is she?
Well, because James and Meg fucked up Becky's situation.
I see.
Becky had it primed for Vanessa to get evicted, but James and Meg were just like, oh no, we still think Shelly's a threat. And it's like, Shelly is not. Well, I mean, Shelly was playing Shelly was a very underrated player as far as Big Brother 17 goes. But she was so much weaker without Clay there.
Oh, is this Clay Honeycutt?
Honeycutt, yeah, you loved Clay.
Is he a racist? Every time I think about it, I'm like, is this man a racist? Because he's so hot, but I worry that he's a racist.
No, I haven't seen anything. I remember one time on the feed that was a little problematic was Clay was talking about his group of friends to Shelly, and he was like, yeah, and there's this guy and there's this guy. Oh, and then there's this friend who's like, he's kind of like the token black friend, and and Shelly just goes, oh, I love those.
Oh, Lord Jesus!
Someone tweeted it and was like, bitch, we're not fruit snacks.
Lord Jesus. Okay.
Like, okay, that's kind of funny.
That's a mess. Okay.
But I think that's like the only relatively
racist thing is that.
That's averagely problematic.
Look at this. No Angel said, when asked when are you joining the Discord, No Angel says when Tinashe is unbanned from requests.
Oh my
Sheena
God.
says, oops, so never then, I guess. It'll take a little bit of time, but I think we're on the way there. I will say, and like, I don't know if this is rude to say on mic, we changed the pricing of the requests. I think it's great.
It definitely feels more, as much work as it is put in.
Right.
It feels
and so
more balanced.
now, well, it feels balanced. And also now we can get through all of the requests we have in the backlog. Mm-hmm. And this week I've been listening to Dangerously in Love already so that we can talk about it for the Patreon, because we hit over 100 patrons, and that was our whole thing, is we were going to go album by album and do reviews of every Beyonce album.
Yeah, so that'll be on Patreon. So if you want to see those reviews of all those albums,
yes, you got to be there.
You got to become a patron.
Declan.
Thank you, Declan.
That's very nice.
You're amazing.
Thank you so much.
I really appreciate it. Becky's iconic for surviving through getting hit by a train. Chugga, chugga, choo, choo.
What? She got hit by a train? I assume before the show?
I have said this on the podcast 1,000 fucking times. Whenever I refer to Becky from Big Brother 17, I go chugga, chugga, choo, choo.
I only think of when Frankie from the Railroad was scared of boats.
Close.
Seems, yes. And they were like on a dock. So there were so many.
I know.
Like, ah!
I know.
It was like those Maury episodes where it's like they're scared of balloons, and then someone would come out the balloon.
And they'd run through the
it's
audience.
Like, I realize they're real phobias, so I shouldn't be laughing. But there's nothing. It's
I guess.
It's
Becky wasn't afraid of trains. And the way she told the story, she was just like, oh, yeah, I got hit by a train. Whatever. It was
wow.
Like I had reconstruction on my face or whatever.
Jeez.
And everyone was just like, isn't that upsetting to relive? And she's just like, eh. And it's like, you fucking queen.
Steele, what season of Survivor are you on?
I'm about to start Redemption Island, which I hear is the worst.
The worst. Oh, I thought it was going to be good.
So we'll see. But the thing is, like, all the seasons that everyone has said, like, oh, this is the worst, this is the worst. I'm like, this is a fucking slay. Gabon is probably my favorite season that I've watched so far, and like the fans hate it. Nicaragua, everyone is like, oh, Nicaragua's one of the worst. I had a great time with Nicaragua just because the people on these seasons were such messes and were giving such drama. Who cares if the gameplay was stupid?
It's also, I feel like, different when you're binging a show like that versus
like
watching every week and it's just like you're trudging through it.
It's kind of like my thoughts on like Big Brother 16. I hated Big Brother 16, but I guarantee you binging that season is really entertaining just because of the way it was produced and stuff like that, which I don't really like. But like watching it in real time for like a 90 plus days, like where it's just like, you know exactly what's going to happen. It's insufferable.
That's a lot.
So yeah, that's understandable. What about Shane and Kenneth when they won the challenge in BB
86? Is that
86?
16?
I was shocked, and I feel like those names are people who are contestants on a reality show. What?
Oh,
they're just being funny.
Okay, I was like, I don't remember that.
Rich, Big Brother's serious, okay?
All right.
Don't be making jokes.
It's not that serious, Rich. Don't worry about it.
Vinny has to go to bed, but I'm excited to binge the Patreon exclusive videos.
They're going to be waiting for you.
Thank you, Vinny. Good night.
They'll be waiting for you.
Redemption Island is my favorite scene because you can feel production desperately trying to make storylines when they have nothing. That's
my God. That's like those seasons of Vanderpump where it's like, oh, we're going to have a lizard funeral. And like these two pets are getting married. It's like, go fuck yourself. Give us something real.
It's like interesting when you can sort of see exactly what production is doing through the edit. Like Survivor Samoa, which is like the worst season I've been. I hated it. Just because it's all revolving around Russell, this one guy who's like a famous Survivor character.
Yeah.
And he was on the next season, Heroes versus Villains, which is an excellent season. But you can tell they were editing Heroes versus Villains was being filmed while Samoa was being aired, and so you can tell they edited Samoa to set up Russell as a big character in Heroes versus Villains, because Samoa is literally just the Russell show, and it's so boring.
That is boring.
Yeah, so then that's why I wanted to start Survivor from the beginning, because like you see the timeline of how everything works, and you kind of like are able to get into the producers' heads and be like, what are they trying to do with the edit of this season? And so, all right, yeah.
Think we're ready?
I think we're ready.
Cool, then. All right, part 2 is coming up. Hello,
guys. we found out from the live chatters what a set piece actually fucking is.
Yes, tell the people because I still didn't get it.
Well, first you tell the people what they should do.
Oh, what I would like to say is if you enjoy our podcast, please go to your Apple Podcast and find Two Gay Mats. Look us up, give us a 5-star review. It means so much to us and helps the podcast immensely. I actually might read a little bit of one we received this week because it was so fucking sweet. But you can also do the same thing on Spotify. You can go and leave us a 5-star rating. Remember, we only accept 5 stars, unfortunately. So if you have any criticisms or any star ratings that are not 5, you must keep them to yourselves. I just have to say this review from Billy Boy 24 made me so happy. The Gayest Match You'll Ever Meet is the title. If you are a queer person looking for a sense of community, you've come to the right place. The Gay Mats will keep you updated on everything pop culture while also introducing you to niche music and Broadway. The Two Gay Mats Patreon/Discord is also a great place to meet other like-minded queer people if you're in the market for a safe space to chat, or bonus content including live album reactions. I've been keeping up with 2GM since 2012 and could not recommend them enough. Just like truly the kindest series of words. And like we so rarely think about the fact that we've created a community of people who are so fucking awesome, but yeah. I don't know. It's basically all of them, and we're just like the facilitators. It makes me very happy.
Oh yeah, you guys are the real masterminds.
Truly,
like, you guys are so amazing. We love chatting with you.
You're who Taylor was singing about.
Exactly. We love chatting with you every day on the Discord.
Yes.
And even like years ago, before there was a Discord and everything, when we like first started our Patreon, we would talk to the various people who would comment consistently on our YouTube videos, and we were just like, the people who listen to us are really fucking cool.
I know.
And so smart, and we're just going to compliment you forever. But
but yes, you should be a part of the community. Go to patreon.com/2gaymats and join the Discord. It's very fun.
Exactly. So, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
A set piece.
Yes.
is apparently a Marvel thing that started. From the chat, it seems like it started with Marvel and the Marvel fans. Apparently a set piece refers to a sequence of action in a movie.
Oh.
Which Barbie had a lot.
Yes, absolutely.
But the fact that I'm so disconnected from like the Marvel universe of it all that I literally thought set piece was
a piece of the set.
What a set piece actually fucking is. And not a whole new term that people have created is crazy. And so therefore I'm excited for Mattel to take over in terms of movies, because I can't handle new lingo happening about movies when I'm not a part of it.
Absolutely not. Can't have that.
So this is Email My Heart. This is the section of the podcast where we answer any questions that you guys might have. You can be a part of Email My Heart if you email us at 2gaymats@gmail.com. 2 is spelled TWO.
Yes.
We got 2 emails this week. One was a real quick question. It's from Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
Says, hi, Matt. Sorry for the urgency, but Matt Steele, I'm hoping you've been to Marie's Crisis. If not, please go. It's a tiny bar in the West Village that only plays live Broadway music and everyone sings along. I just spent the night there and now need to do my homework because I clearly haven't listened to enough cast recordings. Anyways, question for you. Has there really been any bops of the summer? It doesn't really feel like it. Let me know what you think. Kelly, I have not been to Marie's Crisis, actually. When I was in college, a place where me and my friends would go, like a Broadway musical theater piano bar, was this place called After Hours, I think it was referred to as.
Okay.
And yeah, it was like people go up and they sing show tunes. And it's really fun. I mean, you have like a bunch of guys with the audience singing along. You had a guy on stage singing Waiting for Life from Once on This Island, and the entire audience would sing the ooh-ah, 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 ooh-ah. Like they would just sing along.
That's cute.
It was very, very fun. And I know that After Hours is no longer there.
Wow.
So I guess Marie's Crisis, I've heard of Marie's Crisis, but I guess it's like the big one now. So yeah, I mean, I should go at some point when I'm like in New York for longer than a couple hours.
Right.
Because when I go to New Jersey, I go up to New York for like a couple hours and then go back down to New Jersey.
Did you do it this last time?
No, I didn't.
Oh, wow.
Girl, I was busy.
You were very busy.
I was an artist this vacation.
It's hard being an artist.
So yeah, what are the bops of the summer, Matt Palmer?
I mean, padam, I can't keep talking about it, but it really is the gay bop of the summer. Absolutely. I was looking at the Hot 100, and unfortunately, Calm Down, which is Rima featuring Selena Gomez, is doing very well in the Hot 100. I need to listen to it again. I've heard maybe part of it, but I think it is a bop, up-tempo, enjoyable. Vampire, I don't know if we'd call a bop, Olivia Rodrigo, but it's holding up quite well to me, and I realize this is a song that came out in 2019, but Cruel Summer is, of all of the hits in the top 10, the one that I'm like, this is my summer bop. Absolutely. Because we have a whole string of racists in the Hot 100. We have, Jungkook from BTS, who I'm sure that song is great. I haven't gotten around to it. It's very new. But I think a weird thing about like the TikTok of it all is like Miguel's Sure Thing is number 16, and that song might have come out 10 years ago at this point. So the bops of the summer probably aren't being released in the summer anymore, but they're still the bops of the summer. So for me, Cruel Summer is the one. Right. Oh, Grace says the Barbie soundtrack. There are a lot of hits on that. She says especially the Ava Max song. She's a stan, so she's a little biased. But I do think a lot of people are flocking to that Barbie soundtrack.
Oh, it's great.
It's great. That Sam Smith song. I can't stand good things
fantastic. About. The Billie Eilish song.
Unbelievable.
Stunning. I love the opening sequence of the Barbie movie where it's the Lizzo song.
Lizzo, yes.
And how the song changed to comment on what was going on in the world. Like such a clever bit of such a clever set piece. I guess, from Greta Gerwig, just being like, let's have the pop song in the beginning, like explain what's happening.
Right.
Like so fucking funny. I thought that was really great. I think there's a lot of great.
Oh, Sheena is pointing out also Barbie Girl, the Nicki Ice Spice song from that soundtrack, which I do find myself enjoying more and more every time I hear it. So I put that on my bops of the summer list.
Oh, it's a great sound. Yeah, I think there's been a few bops this summer. And the Tori Kelly cut.
Oh,
excellent. Don't say love.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's a great song.
Great song. A lot of two-step bops.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We want more two-step bops, so if Matt Palmer would like to write some.
All right, we'll see.
All right. Next question comes from Nayla. I think Nayla.
Hi, Nayla.
Nayla. And all I had to do was read the subject line, and my answer is yes to whatever this question is. Because the subject line is, bring the sexy, slutty songs back.
Absolutely.
Yes. We don't even need to read the email. But we will, because we love Nayla. Hello, Mats. Nayla here. I was recently listening to Sex Dreams by Lady Gaga and realized how much I miss this sexy, slinky, slutty style of music. Some other examples that come to mind are Maya's My Love Is Like Whoa, the Pussycat Dolls Buttons,
of course,
Janet Jackson's All Night Don't Stop, and Britney Spears' I'm a Slave for You. Do you think this style can come back into popularity, and is there a particular artist that you would like to see try it? Thank you for reading my question, and I hope you two have a beautiful day. We love nothing more as homosexuals than like a tramp jam.
Is that what we're calling them?
Yeah, tramp jam.
I didn't know.
Literally, like all of Blackout, just one giant tramp jam opera.
I love that,
and it just fulfills us so much. Like, like I love like when it's just gritty and dirty. Troye Sivan, I think song Rush is very much like that, especially with that music video. Like we want just like sweaty, kind of gross but kind of hot. Like, music videos back in music. I think there's been sort of like a period of time where, you know, the kids are very much just like, no, let's play against the sex of it all and just be dark and brooding and you know, the clothes are baggier because it's like we want to play against the sexuality of everything, which is like cool and great and different and everything, but sometimes you feel a little sexy and you want the music you're listening to reflect that. We have multiple layers as human beings, so bring some slutty, disgusting tramp jams back.
I mean, I feel like there's a big shroud over what Dua Lipa's next era is going to be. And if she went down the rabbit hole of like sexy, sweaty pop music that like feels like those songs you listed, I would be all fucking for it. The woman is obviously gorgeous, but she has conquered the disco, very shiny sound. Let's get a little dirty.
Let's go.
I feel like Christina taught us back in the day, get 2 R's to get dirty. It's a great pivot. And it would be a cool new sound from her that she, of course, could pull off because she's stunningly beautiful. And, you know, I think everyone finds her very sexy. So let's hear it in the music.
Yes. I want to start that live listening party totally clean and end that live listening party with an STD.
I don't want that. I think they're STIs now.
When did that happen?
It made a change.
Is that like how like set piece was once one thing and now it's a completely different thing?
That's how language works. We grow, it evolves, and we got to be along for the ride for the evolution.
I still call them STDs.
Look, we got to believe in evolution here. Don't be a non-evolution girl, because that's not it.
I don't think there's that much of like a fight for like anti-STD.
Right. I just think it's probably just more correct. Like it is an infection. It's not a disease, supposedly.
Sure. Yeah, and it's more happier sounding to say infection than disease because there's a little more optimism there.
Yeah, infection. And I feel like there's maybe a little less judgment. Like we all get infected with things, which there should be no judgment. Everyone should try to be as safe as possible, but things happen.
Listen, I'm going to get totally infected by that Dua Lipa album whenever it comes about.
I guess, and I'll be right next to you watching that happen. Only to you.
Watching it grow and spread.
Oh, Lord. Let's move on. Matt Steele.
Yes.
I have a question for you.
Oh, yes.
What has been giving you moments, darling?
Well, since we're allowed to talk about cinema again, maybe, who knows?
Maybe.
I saw a movie with my friend Lauren, and she was the perfect person to see this with because I majored in musical theater with her.
I was thinking about seeing this.
Oh, you need to.
I need to. Okay, sorry.
Oh, I mean, we're not saying that you need to. You can do whatever you want. Support the unions.
Support the unions.
And it's a movie called Theater Camp, and it is starring Ben Platt, and it is such a joy. It is about like just this performing arts camp based on, the camps of Stage Door Manor and French Woods, which are these famous musical theater camps where they put on a bunch of productions. And it's very similar to, in 2003, there was a movie called Camp that came out that is very much a cult classic. And
Anna Kendrick's in that, isn't
Anna
she?
Kendrick is in that if you want to see her give her best performance. Let's be real.
Oh, wow.
Phenomenal. I mean, let's get real. That's very much a cult classic, but this movie it's along those lines, but it holds up on its own very, very well.
Right.
It's so funny. It's so clever. It is. And the whole movie is great, but there are a ton of different characters. And the entire movie, I was kind of worried because I was like, how are they going to are they introducing too many characters? Like, how are they going to tie this, how are they going to tie all this up at the end in a nice, concise way? And they really do it beautifully.
Wow.
I thought the ending of this movie was really, really well done. It wasn't making too much of it, but it still felt impactful enough. I just thought it was really beautifully done. It's directed by Molly Gordon and Nick Lieberman. And Molly Gordon is the leading girl in the movie. And she's fucking great.
Wow.
She is really, really great. It was written by Molly, Nick, and Noah Galvin.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he took part in writing the screenplay for it. I really, really loved it. I thought it was great, really charming, and I don't know, if you like theater, even if you don't like theater, go check it out because it's really
check it out.
Bleep that out. Bleep that out. Bleep that out.
Do whatever you want with it and support the actors and writers.
Oh, I'm fucked, aren't I?
I know. We're all getting kicked out.
You know what? If theater camp is what takes me down, it was worth it. It was worth it.
Well, for me, this is a series that I finished watching before last week's podcast, but was too scared to talk about. And I think I'm finally brave enough to say Shrinking on Apple TV Plus is so fucking good. It is a joy. It is a quick 30-minute comedy, and I think it's 10 episodes, its first season. It stars Harrison Ford. He's kind of like the gruff, older, head of the therapist office. And then Jason Segel is a therapist as well. And he has recently lost his wife in a car accident, I believe. And so he's really spiraling, going out of control. And it's been actually a year since her passing, but he is a father of a teenage daughter. And in lieu of taking care of his daughter through this tough time, he's kind of been drinking himself silly and sleeping with sex workers and things. And so this is about kind of getting him back on the straight and narrow and finding a new connection with his daughter. And also Jessica Williams is in it, and she's so incredibly funny. I think she is in she's nominated for an Emmy this year, and it's completely so well earned. She is such a standout. She's so hilarious in every scene she's in. I just think they handle such heavy material. You look at that log line, or what I just word vomited out at you, and you're oh, this is probably a dark. And they keep it pretty light and pretty comedic. It's very much a dramedy that leans into the comedy of this very unfortunate, sad situation. And it's just all of the characters are all unique in their own ways, and they find really creative ways for all of the different characters to interact. It just was a really lovely view. And there were a couple of actors I wanted to shout out whose names I don't know, but there's one guy who is basically one of his clients. Is the actor who plays Sean is Luke Tenney. He's very good, but he is supposed to be someone who has anger issues and is kind of violent, but something in his face, it's I know you're just such a sweetie. So it initially was hard for me to get behind him, but did a great job in the show. And also the daughter, Lukita Maxwell, who plays Alice, is incredible. And then Krista Miller, I was looking at her. She plays kind of the neighbor who steps in and helps Alice along the way when Jason Segel is kind of on his own journey. And I was I have seen this woman before. Her voice is so familiar to me. Where do I know Krista Miller from? And I did my Googles, and I looked back, and I was she plays the, nosy neighbor on perfect television show, Cougar Town.
I remember those days well, where you would just binge Cougar. You would just be all over Cougar Town.
And if you think I haven't started it again, you would be wrong. Hulu has the whole season. So support the writers and actors. But yes, it was just great seeing her again. She is the wife of Bill Lawrence, who is the creator of both Cougar Town and Shrinking, alongside Brett Goldstein and Jason Segel, I believe, either helped co-create or also executive producers. It just is a great first season. I'm really excited for it to come back. And as awful as the content drought is going to be, because, you know, the actors and writers are not being paid fairly, I at least am going to have time to go back and watch some shows I meant to watch. So maybe I'll dive into The Bear next, who I believe the lead actress on The Bear is in Theater Camp.
And she's so good.
The thing is, I've seen her in just like on red carpets, and she's so fucking funny. Yeah. Like immediately, I'm like, I love this person.
Her character in this movie is so fucking random.
Really?
Like she plays a counselor who sort of like lies on her resume to get hired. And like she says like, yeah, I know all about stage combat. I know all about like all this theater stuff, and she doesn't know jack shit.
Icon.
And so she's just like going through the camp, like trying to teach these kids like all this stuff. And she's just like, so stage combat, what is it? and the kids are like giving her all these metaphorical responses, just being like, it's the ability to blah blah blah. And she's like, okay, yes, but what is it? Like it's so.
I love her. What is her name?
Funny.
Could you look it up for me?
Yeah, I can look that up for you. I appreciate darling. That. Don't you worry about that.
But yes, Shrinking is an excellent show. Apple TV Plus is, you know, steering me right with Shrinking and also Severance, which I really enjoyed that first season. So hopefully we can see season 2s of these incredible shows very soon, because I enjoy them very much.
All right, hold on. I'm scrolling through IMDb. Ayo Edebiri.
All right, Ayo.
Ayo.
Very talented.
Ayo. We're smoking them up.
We love her. Is that the Lady Gaga song?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Love that.
That's great. Is there anything else you would like to tell the people today on the podcast?
I just want to warn the people that, guys, I'm about to get insufferable next week.
Oh, it's next week?
Big Brother starts Wednesday, August 2nd.
Wow.
And it's going to be the longest season the show has ever had because of the writer's strike. So buckle up, Lord. Motherfuckers. We think that they're going to announce the cast tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'm going to be spending all day like deep diving into all the interviews, learning about the people who will become my best friends for this summer / into fall because of the strike. Big Brother's going into fucking November.
That's so much time.
Out of control. So yeah, buckle up, guys. And
all right.
I guess watch if you want to follow along with my rants about Big Brother. And there will be some Chatty Cathy's episodes on our Patreon about Big Brother.
Yes.
So if you want to check out my real deep dives into the seasons, then become a patron.
Yes.
You can watch the Chatty Cathy's level, I think, is the $10 level.
It's the $10 level.
Yeah. So I'm going to record some stuff with my friend Arthur once the Big Brother season.
Oh, I didn't even know that was happening. This is great news for me.
Well, he's out of town for the next couple weeks, but when he comes back, then we'll deep dive into how the Big Brother season is going.
I'm excited. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for listening and watching. We'll be back next week with more 2 Gay Mats, the podcast.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. We really did it, didn't we?
We did it.
How'd it go? How do we feel? Ariana Grande homewrecker era is not something I expected. I think disease has more of a negative connotation than infection. I believe that.
Yeah, makes sense.
I love Dua's fun pop too, but it seems like she's taking a turn. Why not make it sexy?
Steel being insufferable, not possible. Yeah, you're correct, Jeff. Impossible.
Big Brother, let's go. I'll be following along so I can keep up with Steel.
Yes, I hope it's a good season.
I hope we all keep this energy when Vanderpump comes back, y'all. That we're all watching to keep up with Palmer, because we need that.
We'll see.
We will see.
Yeah, if this season of Big Brother is bad, guys, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too.
Last season we were so blessed with a great season.
Do you think it's going to be good? Oh, also Krista Miller was on Scrubs as Dr. Cox's wife. It's true. Also, Matt P. Only Murders comes back next month. It's true. I saw that the trailer was released. I need to watch it. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm very excited. And it's going to be
Only Murders.
I did, and it's going to be musical theater themed this season. So something for you.
Sure. Yeah.
You won't watch it.
Hi, Gianna.
Hi, Gianna.
Gianna, we're ending.
We are ending.
Thank you for showing up.
Thank you so much for coming. This was a fun one.
This was a fun one.
And I think we have a good setup with you bringing your computer.
I know. I can bring my computer every week.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So we can get the video quality looking good for the replays. It's all happening, guys.
I love being a part of the 2 Gay Mats.
I love when you're a part of 2 Gay Mats as well. Same goes for Vanderpump and Palmer. Thank you, Ricky. I did fish for that, but I appreciate it. I am a little worried about next season because Raquel did not sign on. She's not going to be in it. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. And like Ariana and Tom Sandoval do not speak the whole season, supposedly. I just don't know what this is going to be, how it's going to go. I'm nervous.
Have you all seen Lisa Ann Walter from the Abbott Elementary coming for the soap opera industry for crossing picket lines because General Hospital hired temp writers? She doesn't understand that genre wouldn't survive. That the genre wouldn't survive. Oh, like if it didn't have writers?
Or no, I guess if it went off the air for an amount of time. But is that not like the point of thing? Like I'm not in soap opera world like that. But if you're hiring temp writers, that feels like you're crossing the picket line, right?
It is. Yeah.
I don't know.
And I mean, strikes are supposed to be inconvenient and bad.
All
and
involved.
Yeah. Like that's the point.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Just woke up. Well, I'm glad I could come for the end.
Yes.
Where are you, Gianna?
Yeah. What part of the world are we in? Where
Gianna?
are we?
Is that
finding you?
Are you in Italy?
Could be.
Could be Italy.
Could be a beautiful Italian name.
What do we want to see in the Big Brother cast tomorrow, guys? It's gonna be the same archetypes that we always see. There's gonna be an Italian. There's gonna be a surfer.
It better be
it
better be an amazing gay guy, or we'll be pissed it wasn't you.
Oh, well, obviously, yeah. There's going to be a kooky girl with like an odd job. There's going to be
Hi, Toby, I think.
Toby?
I think that's the name. Besides, soaps are forced to pay dues to SAG without ever being invited to award shows. The actors are forced to work under contract. The genre would literally be replaced if they stopped production. Wait, the actors are there too? I don't understand. I don't know much about soap operas, but I don't understand. Palmer, are you watching the new Roni? I'm thinking of giving it a try. Yes, I am, and I'm enjoying it a lot. Jenna Lyons is a fucking star, and some of the other girls might be too. Bryn shows promise. Erin, I like so far, even though I think she's a Trumper, but whatever. All the girls in the old New York were Trumpers, but yes, it is good so far. I'm excited to see where it goes.
How many are there in the new Real Housewives?
I think it's 6 of them.
Okay,
I want to say 6.
You think?
Yeah,
I guess. Are they all memorable? If you can't
I mean, it's only been 2 episodes. It's Jenna Lyons, very memorable. Bryn, Sai, Aaron, Jessel. Don't like Jessel. Did I say 6? Is that 6?
Yeah.
Okay. Why can't they have more than one gay guy? Cast?
Last year they had a gay guy and a bisexual guy and a lesbian. There's usually one gay guy, one lesbian, and this last season there was a bi guy, Turner. So I mean, it'd be fun. There were 2 gay guys in season 9, but that's because the whole premise was they were setting up they were matching couples up.
Oh.
But then the one gay guy had to leave because he had like a family emergency a week into the show. The other gay guy that season was a monster.
Really?
Oh, a monster.
Really?
Oh, and a lot of people season 9 were monsters, but it was really great.
Uba. Oh, I love Uba, and Uba is related to the star of Housewives of Dubai, whose name I can't remember anyone's name. I don't watch Dubai, but Chanel Ayan. Okay. Chanel Ayan and Uba is amazing, and she's so fucking funny.
I didn't necessarily mean set piece started with Marvel. That's just where I heard it from.
Okay.
When did people start saying set pieces for live action?
This is what I'm saying. I knew it meant something weird because I was like, the way people are using this.
Well, I just sounded like a fucking idiot on that podcast.
That's okay.
Who cares?
We didn't
know.
know.
A set piece is a piece of the fucking set, people. A sequence is a sequence.
Wait, you don't mean Dustin? Grace says. Was Dustin the monster?
Dustin was season 8.
Oh, okay.
Season 9, I'm talking about Joshua, who there was this girl, Amanda, whose father committed suicide several years prior. I think when she was much younger. And the house was against Amanda at a point and really giving it to Amanda. And someone, I think Chelsea said, Amanda, you should just go kill yourself. And Joshua just goes, like her dad. And it was like,
whoa.
Truly monstrous.
Was that used in the edit of the television show?
Oh, yeah.
Did everyone hate him?
Oh, this is back when CBS was like, yes, let's showcase the horribleness of it all and everything.
Did everyone hate him when he got kicked out? Did people
the people hate season 9 because the people were so unlikable.
Oh, I see.
Except for Sheila was a queen and so was Allison. But the people don't like season 9 because it was a very unlikable cast. The feeds were fucking fire. The feeds were
because they were dreadful.
Yeah, because it was just such a mess, messier than season 15.
Are any of them around now? Do they have pod?
No, they do not acknowledge that season 9 exists at all. I follow some of them on Twitter.
I think it's an action movie reference when they built a whole movie around an action set piece, like how Mission Impossible movies are always built around those crazy stunts.
Oh, okay. I'm not an action movie person, so
yeah, me
cool,
neither.
I guess.
Me neither.
Well, then I will say Babylon had the best set pieces of any movie I've ever seen.
Is that the elephant shitting?
Yeah, because it was all like a bunch of sequences that were really phenomenal. Okay. So I just wanted to bring up Babylon.
I know. Watch Rachel show up in the VPR finale like Kenya did on Housewives of Atlanta when she was pregnant. Jeff, how far along are you in your rewatch? How did you know that Kenya showed up pregnant? That was like season 11? I don't even know. 12? I know you're just watching the reunions, but still, my goodness. You're powering through. I mean, it would honestly be good if Raquel showed up at the final episode because it feels like a weird thing to not have her there. But I never really needed her the whole time. She was not a compelling reality personality. She just like was super fucking messy and like blew up her life and the lives of others. All right. Is that it?
I think that's
blew up her life and lives of others. I think that's the way to end it.
And
yeah. Guys, thank you for joining. This is very fun.
This was fun.
And
good job. We'll do it again next week.
We'll do it again next week and we'll see you there.
We'll see you there.
Bye, everybody.
Yes, you can say Babylon had great. Yes, I will say it until my
don't
dying
worry.
day.
He will say it. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much.
Guys.
See you soon.